that I haven't fallen asleep while doing my job a single time since I've worked from home.
Wow.
And with that,
Not yet.
the stream is live. The
Hey,
stream is
everybody.
live. I don't think anybody's here yet, but I bet they are surprised.
Around about a man called Pistol Pete.
There are probably people from last week who are like, man, I've probably got 45 more minutes before the stream actually starts.
Yep. You got a little double dose coming at you.
Bryce, you're far away from the mic, I can tell.
This is the first week in many weeks that we can finally say it has not been a while since we last talked to y'all.
I know.
Right.
I know it. I don't have to. There's this notorious Tank Media thing that I've done with Will, I've done with Brandon, and I've done with you guys where, like, I try to do something regularly, and then I always end up saying, like, every 2 or 3 weeks, well, we're back in the saddle finally, only to not actually be back in the saddle. But I'm going to say it again. Looks like after 2 weeks in a row, we might just be 2 feet in the stirrups and a booty on the leather back in the saddle.
With that, you have completely jinxed the whole operation.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I was
sure.
about to say. I was like, Keith, just stop mentioning the saddle, and it'll be fine.
There's
And how we are in it.
There's deep lore in the saddle, boys. Deep lore. If you
We got
did,
anybody on the we got anybody on the stream yet?
no, not yet. The Dungeon Boy streams are not well attended, and when they are, I think they've been conditioned to not speak.
Okay, and we're not recording yet.
No, we're not recording yet. I like to give at least
I was
people
going to
a
tell
minute
you
or two.
before I forgot.
You're talking really loud. You might want to take one headphone off.
I do have one headphone off.
Oh, it just
I was
seems
going to
like
tell you,
loud.
Keith, before I forgot. The
Yep.
Shot's wife, Brenda.
Uh-huh.
She was rushed to the hospital earlier. She's having a lot of trouble with the whole COVID stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Goodness.
keep them in your prayers. I meant to mention it earlier, but I just remembered.
For sure. No, I'll do that. Lizzie's grandmother, her nan, also in the ICU today with COVID.
Oh, wow.
With COVID stuff, but they're optimistic that they'll get her straightened out, mostly dehydration and stuff. So I think they'll get her right. But
My trainer at work just got back from having to take 2 weeks off due to COVID.
yeah. So it's real, people. It's real, and it's starting to. I think if people I think most of us, at least family wise, or at least me, haven't had to encounter it, a whole lot yet. I haven't known anybody really who's had it, but it seems like the deeper we've gotten into it, I think everybody will probably be affected before it's all said and done in some way.
Oh yeah.
So wear your mask when you go out in public. Dadgummit.
We have 2 of them.
Wear 100 masks.
That's too much. Overkill.
Where I want to see nostrils plugged and feed bags on.
Get your face diaper on.
What else is new as we kind of preempt? You haven't missed anything, Mr. Mark. You have not missed anything. We're doing our beginning preambles. We got 45 minutes to kill before we actually start the show.
First week in the bus. That's been pretty nice.
That's true.
Yeah.
Your one and only Josh/Arlo/Reginald is a bus
I got a
dweller.
lot of slashes.
I used to be a lot of stuff.
How does it feel to be a bus dweller for a week?
It's pretty cool. Had a visitor earlier today after lunch. Dad stopped by and he was like, "Man, this is actually pretty nice."
Nice.
He said it seems a lot bigger in the inside than what he thought it was going to be. So
Yeah, I need to come see it.
it's pretty cool.
I'm anxious to
outside-
experience.
The outside needs some work.
Sure.
Pressure wash.
Yeah,
spray paint.
It needs. Well, honestly, it just needs cleaning really bad on the
Bus.
outside.
I was hoping that you
It's
would.
been sitting for like 2 or 3 years, so our white and blue bus looks kind of like a algae green bus
It shows that you're in tune with the earth.
or something.
I love the environment so much that I am not impeding its growth on my home.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna straight up impede that. Get out the pressure washer, and we're gonna start some impeding.
Environment, I'm coming to impede you.
right?
Um,
But it's been pretty cool. Like, people have been talking in the news about, hey, there might be like some blackouts coming and stuff like that. And
good lord.
Mama mentioned it earlier today, and I'm like, if we had a blackout, I wouldn't know for at least like 2 days.
A blackout?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's all a bunch of conspiracy stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like all of our stuff can run off of our internal battery bank and stuff. So yeah, I mean, really, we wouldn't even notice for like a good 2 days.
It ain't a bad way to be.
It's like it's like a really low budget submarine. It's like run silent, run cheap.
I like that. I like the low budget above ground submarine. It ain't bad.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Let me read a thing real quick, and then we'll get started. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we begin our little show here?
And that's it. Just awesome to be here.
First time recording with the new mic.
That's true. New mic.
First time with 2 people recording in one studio location.
Right. That's a cool thing. Bryce did a lot of work. Bryce did a lot of work in his little home studio thing. Very impressive stuff. And so hopefully we'll be able to hear the quality of extreme sound deadening tonight.
Hopefully.
That sound ought to be so dead. Sorry, I was just looking up some, I've tried to not reveal what I was doing, but it's too late. I'm trying to look up some monster stuff that I didn't have pulled up.
For shame.
This is like a hobby kind of thing.
Yeah,
or...
I just want to look up monsters for no reason that just really don't have any bearing on what you guys are doing.
I find that much more appealing than the alternative.
I mean, it makes
Don't
perfect sense to me. So,
Well, good. Well, that's good. That's really good. I'm glad you feel that way.
I do. I really do.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search this document.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I'm searching it.
Hear the searching. I'm hearing them little clickety click.
Dude, come on, Adobe. You know how to. You've searched this document before.
Ah. Hey, Juice, what's up, buddy?
Okay. All right, here we go.
There it is over there. There's the fingers over there.
Juice, would you like your thing?
Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to begin if you guys are.
Hang on. We got to reload the juice.
All right.
Got a thing. So, Bryce took like what is that? Like a washcloth?
Wash rag.
A wash rag with a couple of orders in there.
A war shrag. Okay.
And what'd you do? You just like soaked it in chicken broth and froze it?
Yep.
There you go.
Grody.
Chewing on it.
That's nasty, baby.
Well, you don't have to eat it. I
It's
mean, you
like
can if you want to.
A
But
dog sickle.
That's really gross.
Hot dog water.
God, that's really gross, Bryce. I hate that. I
That's
hate
kinda
that
rough.
so much.
It's just chicken broth.
hot dog what? No.
No, not the hot dog water. That was a joke.
Just imagine like you put a bunch of hot dog water in a bowl and freeze it and then just let him lick on it.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's nasty.
Have
All
you
right.
seen the memes? It's like, for the people I hate, I give them ice cubes made with hot dog water.
Oh God, I couldn't imagine.
Oh,
Good Lord. That's disgusting. All right, everybody. Dungeon Boys has begun. We are live and we are streaming Dungeon Boys. We got That Man Zam, Mark, our biggest fan, here in the chat. And we're going to begin the episode. So let's go and take off the Awe app drawing here and then put up the image. And I'm going to start the recording and we're going to do a recap and everything's going to be good. Sounds good?
sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, morning, afternoon, and night, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. My name is Keith, and I'll be your DM.
Josh, which is Reginald, your orc fighter.
I'm Bryce, playing as Jericho Muldrinker, the Shifter Rogue Ranger.
I am Zenos, playing as Errol Durman, the Tabaxi Rogue Cleric.
All right, and together we are the Dungeon Boys and the realm in which they live. Last week we had, I would say, if I could use a word to, if I could use a hyphenated word to describe last week's episode, it would be story stuff.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Okay, maybe.
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. I don't know about dumpster fire. I think
No,
they...
all our audio trouble at the beginning.
Oh yeah, the stuff they didn't hear. Yeah, absolute dumpster fire. Big heaping dumpster fire. Really quite frustrating. Not frustrating at you guys. Just kind of, you have this fart you've stored up for 3 weeks, waiting to let it rip, and then the doctor comes in just as you're about to release the cheeks and says, "No, hold on, don't release that fart." And you got to hold on to it for another 45 minutes.
We have to scan it.
We need to analyze this.
We got to do
And
a
then
CAT
wait
scan.
so long it condenses and crystallizes, and it's just a mess, really.
It
And
comes
then-
out like rock candy.
Yep, that's a throwback to right before we started the stream. Zenos is eating rock
Last
candy.
week we learned the importance of having 50 feet of hempen rope in your kit.
True.
You had that tied to the armor anyway.
Yeah,
I do. I didn't have the rope with me.
that's true. Who knows? Maybe Derman's close to learning exactly how to set that armor up. He's closer to than anybody else, it seems like, because he's been studying.
I forgot that was a thing.
Huh?
I said I forgot that that's something that I did.
Oh yeah,
I was like, "What is Keith talking about?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
I remember all. Anyway, does anybody want to give us a brief recap of what happened last episode while I shed my jacket?
We desecrated a gravesite for starters.
Right.
Oh, that's
Right.
no,
Well,
not for
that was
starters. That's not the first thing you did.
No, that wasn't the
It's
first.
for
thing.
middles.
First thing we did was wake up. After
We
the
split
tower
the
exploded.
party.
No, we journeyed with Irina to Kresk,
Mm-hmm.
and we ran into the second burgomaster of our time.
Right.
Did a little bit of studying on the way. Did a little bit of chit chatting. Found out from the burgomaster that we'd have to do something to earn his trust. Jericho, what did you offer to do at first? Or no, he wanted a shipment of wine. That's what it was.
Right.
So yeah, Gary volunteered to go back and get proof of the shipment of wine that he would be getting a second shipment, more wine in.
But I said it was kind of an emergency, and I wanted to make sure that we got her to the pool in time. So I offered my Raven, Were-Raven transformation as proof of my honesty that I would go and get him that second shipment.
This is true.
I particularly like the explanation while in Were Raven form, the very Australian accented caw.
Oh, mate.
Call, Mike. Call,
And
call.
He still made me go and get it anyway.
He did.
Man likes his wine.
He did let us in though.
He did.
For I forget the reason why he let us in, but he let us in, and we, Reginald and Durman got to talking with him, and we realized that the burgomaster had been through some hard times.
Mhm.
Further communication led back to his home, and the realization that he had lost. I don't know if we ever said a number, how many kids he had lost, but
Yeah.
all of his kids died basically. And
It's like a good 30 or 40. It was like a
good
lot.
30 or 40, good old farm hands back in medieval
Right.
times. But no, Durman was like, "Hey, I can help. I'll help as recompense for getting to the pool." So Durman, being a cleric, would eventually gain the ability to raise the kid, provided he hadn't been dead for very long, which he died like the night before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so went through that whole deal, dug him up, offered pledged help, basically saying if Derman could get stronger in 10 days, he would come back and uh, bring the kid back to life. Um, Jericho went to Davian and got to talking with him, secured that second shipment of wine, came back.
Strongly suggested that it not be free.
Yes, very strongly suggested it not be free. Came back, went to the pool. Irina heard something that I don't think any of us heard. Any of the other guys heard.
Correct.
And she kind of walked forward in like a little trance. Said, what was his name?
Sergey.
Sergey. Started talking to some guy, Sergey, and she was referenced by Sergey as Tatiana. We failed to save her from going into the fountain and being sucked in, and then it sort of seemed like she was kind of just sinking deeper and deeper and always just right out of our reach. And then once we all surfaced, old big man himself came storming overhead and said that she was his, she is mine, and then blew up the gazebo pool with a lightning bolt. And Derman had to roll some death saving throws.
Absolutely, but he did survive with a health potion.
Yes, he did.
A few notes of clarification in there. When it comes to the pool, it was Sergey was like reflected in the pool, reached up for her. She grabbed his hand. He pulled her in, and they were locked in a loving embrace for a time. And then it was, old mean boy Strahd in the sky, who his face appeared in the clouds, and he sent lightning saying, "She is mine." So just wanted to give you guys the visual of that from last week. Of course, well done, Zenas. I think that's about everything, right?
Yeah, we really didn't get from point A to point B all that extravagantly.
Yeah, well,
it was a short episode. There was some RP, a couple rolls, but it was mostly just kind of continuing on and getting to a spot.
Absolutely. And now we will return to the action. Derman, I believe, now lies on the ground, coughing up a little bit of water, and coming back to life from his health potion. Standing nearby is Baron Krezkov, who is very concerned that Derman might have perished in the lightning bolt strike, as well as Jericho and Reginald, also dripping wet, standing over their friend in the wake of this, as the thunder continues to crack, and a storm appears overhead, and a sacred gazebo is destroyed, all nearby the pool. We will re-enter the action, so you may speak and do and move as you please.
So we've just wallered our way out of the pool like Shamu style, and we're like gasping on the ground, or is this past all the?
I do remember that I kind of like forced a health potion down Derman's throat.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying you're still dripping wet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
I always visually like the image of someone who's like fully kitted out and in like big leather armor and furs and winter gear and stuff, like that person getting wet. I always think that looks cool. So just I'm picturing you guys dripping wet.
Man, whatever does it for
unless it's a really deep pool, then they're not doing so hot.
No, then they're not. We didn't make you guys roll for how much heavy crap you were carrying last time when you swam.
All right, fellas. That was a lot more than I was expecting to find here. What do we do now?
You said the Baron's nearby, right, Keith?
Yeah, he's like right beside you at this point. He is. You can tell when you look up at him. He's like trying to help you get to your feet. He is obviously very concerned that you might be, mortally wounded or something. As Jericho says this.
I accept his offer of help, and on standing,
there you go.
I say to Jerry, but while maintaining like eye contact with the Baron, I say, "Well, I have a question for our friend the Baron here. And how exactly is it that you That's not how I want to word that. Hold on. Now tell me, did you ever think to bring your son to this pool?
Yes, of course we did. But the pool's never done anything like that. The pool has never struck lightning from the gods, or obviously destroyed our rickety gazebo over there.
Rickety gazebo. That's the true treasure. I want to roll insight on this man.
Yeah, sure.
That's 18.
He seems to be. What?
No, just I want to see. Yeah, I just want to see if he's telling the truth. If he's being honest.
He is being genuine with you, or at least it seems to you that he is being quite genuine. And as genuine, I know how to say the word. But as he's saying that, he actually points to the pool and he says, "The pool, though it seems to have lost its glow." And as he points to the pool, you guys turn around and you see that the pool, where it used to kind of glow blue with this, radiant light a little bit, it's now just like a murky pool of water. There's no more magical glow to it whatsoever.
Well, that is odd.
Baron, Burgomaster Gracekopf, may I just ask, do you know anyone by the name of Tatiana?
No, I've never heard of anyone by the name of Tatiana.
It seems our arena was perhaps case of mistaken identity, but a fellow that she saw beneath the waves called her Tatiana.
Wait. Maybe I do. Maybe in some of the older legends of Strahd, there was once a mention of I believe a girl named Tatiana, maybe. It started with a T. It was a beautiful name like that. But I can't tell you what her significance was. So is that... Why are you asking that?
Hey, Keith.
An unusual circumstance surrounds this whole thing.
Well, it would certainly seem.
Reginald is still just kind of in shock. He's just like, what just happened here?
Sure.
Keith, did that letter, if you remember, from that we got off the corpse on like the very first episode, did that mention Tatiana?
Let me go and see. It's been a long time, but you guys still have it on you.
Yeah.
So let's go back and figure out.
Both of these names have been mentioned at one time because I've definitely heard them. Maybe I've heard them in some of the books I've read, but I feel like I've heard them in this.
All right. Let's see. Hail thee of might and valor, I, the Burgomaster of Barovia, and your send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kolyana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the life. Blah, 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 blah. I don't believe the word Tatiana was mentioned there.
What about... Which one is that one?
That was the letter that you guys got to... So that was the letter that sent you here. There was another letter. You're right. There was another letter that you found.
Got both. He's got the letter from Aragol, and then he's got the letter from that corpse.
Right. Okay. So the letter from this one was, "Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thee so desperately thy so desperately need assistance." Sorry, this is written in like calligraphy and it's hard to read. The love of my life, Irina Kolyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly even the good people of our village cannot protect her. No Tatiana mentioned in that one, so I can't tell you. Chat, maybe you can remind us if we've mentioned Tatiana before. I feel like maybe we have. It doesn't seem like we haven't mentioned her before. I feel like, I mean, I've read her name 1,000 times prepping for the
Wait.
campaign.
What about that dude,
What dude?
the ghost, his daughter?
The ghost.
Yeah,
His
that was Maria.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I love the visual that like we're all standing on the side of this lake when Irina just dove in, and she was happy to do so and hadn't come back up yet. We're sitting here going through paperwork trying to figure out somebody's name. Like I can actually see that, like wads of paper coming out of somebody's pack. Like, was it
Yeah.
that? No. Is that an A? No, that's not an A. Well, dang, what does it say? No, that's not them.
Well, I mean, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. I mean, there might be somebody, maybe somebody will tune in and chat in a minute and let us know if possible where we might have mentioned it before. But I'm the worst person for figuring out when we've mentioned it because I've read her name 1,000 times in this campaign myself. So let's just assume that you don't know much about it. Maybe the name sticks in your head. The general, let's call it the general fabric of this world you're in currently. It's almost like saying her name is strumming a very fading string on the music on the instrument of this world, if that makes any sense. Like you can speaking her name almost feels like you're tapping into something foundational to this place you're in. It feels familiar to you whether you've heard it or not.
Alright. Guys, is anyone listening?
Yeah.
She just disappeared
Yeah.
in the bottom of a pool, and
Yes.
obviously the vampire lord that controls this place is the one that took her in some fell manner that I don't understand.
Yes, that's what it seems like to me.
Anyone got any ideas what we should do now? She's kind of important, I feel.
Yes.
I don't suppose dredging the lake is in order.
No, it's not even the right color anymore. It stopped glowing and all that.
What is it with this place and lightning?
What?
This is the second time in 2 days, mind you, that I've nearly died from lightning. The first, of course, was my own choice, but this is uncalled for.
You got to be more careful, Dermot, especially now. But what are you guys talking about? This pool it's dredging the lake. This pool ain't deep. And he walks over to the edge of it, and he like reaches down to touch the bottom of it, and he barely gets past his elbow.
If I was you.
Get the rope on him.
He leans back and jams his hand into it, and he barely gets past his elbow with the water before he's like, "See, look here, that I'm touching the ground now. This pool is not deep."
I do not know what is going on here. But do you know...
It could be that he hasn't lost a young man in his life that he truly loved.
that... possibly. Do you know, and by the off chance, the way to get to Strahd?
Well, we keep to ourselves here in Kresk. We don't leave here on the strict purpose of not meeting up with Strahd. I couldn't tell you how to find him, and I swear to all the gods I've ever heard of, and all the gods I could name, I never want to find him.
Do you have any books about this pool? Is there anything that you can tell us about it? Is there any way to make it glow again? And see
There,
if it can open back up to the castle?
I don't believe there are any books left, and boys, I don't know a whole lot about all this stuff, but I believe that this pool was blessed by the Morning Lord. Those are all the legends, and the pool glowed brightly, and I know that all the magic I've ever seen from Strahd and his minions is dark and foreboding and hard to stomach even with the eye. But this pool was beautiful to look on, and the Morning Lord is diametrically opposed. Everything that he stands for is opposed to the darkness of Strahd. I can't believe that Strahd had any power over this pool. Are y'all certain that something good didn't happen to that girl in there?
nothing good happened to us, at least. We were struck by lightning, and I swear I saw and heard that devil Strahd's voice come from the sky.
Oh,
He said,
we all
he
heard that.
said she's mine now.
Now, I heard it too. I heard the voice, but I didn't hear him say she's mine now. I heard him say she's mine. Is it, tell me, what happened? What did you see happen in the pool? Just tell me one more time.
You mean before or after we flipped ass over tea kettle into the water?
Before. You, obviously y'all were all standing beside the water. And then what?
Irina was standing at the edge of your so-told rickety gazebo, and an image of some guy we've never even heard of starts calling her by a name we've never heard of, and she flips out and falls in love instantly and reaches in and he pulls her under the water. Obviously a lot deeper than however long your forearm is, because she was completely submerged and we all jumped in after her, and we couldn't reach the bottom to get to her.
Now, tell me, what? You're telling me you'd never seen this man before?
Never.
Never heard of a Sergey, never seen this fella.
Now, have you any of you all ever laid eyes upon the Devil Strahd?
Couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Now, quickly, the answer to the following question is no, just to clue you guys in real quick, because I figured the next question you'd ask me was, well, do we? Or does he? So his next question is, and does that man does the Devil Strahd bear any resemblance to the man you saw in the pool?
No, not really.
Well, no, never mind.
So is it possible, like I said, that this girl who seems that you said was being hunted by the devil himself, is it possible that some angel might have took her away?
Why would the face that did look like Strahd in the clouds say she's mine if she was?
What if he was not attacking us, but the person in the pool?
And I never heard of no moistened angel like that up under the water.
Now, boys, men, any of y'all have children?
I took care of some orphans back in my home.
And you might understand what I'm about to say next. I've had 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl, and we don't have a lot here in Kresk, but we have some things, and if we could make them a toy, we'd try to do that. And sometimes one of them would be playing with a toy they really loved, and the other one would come by and snatch it up and take it away from them. And I swear everyone in the village would hear what happened next, and that was the one that was playing with it, shouting, "Hey, that's mine!" Is it possible that somebody took away Strahd's toy?
He seems like the type that would be rather opposed to someone taking what's his.
He does seem rather possessive.
I think he's got some kind of complex.
Possibly.
We've seen a lot of weird stuff that sort of pertains to him.
Oh, yeah.
You heard about the strange castle that appears in the mists on the far south or northwest side of Barovia?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
We also came across an old crone in the forest, Babila Saga. She had a cradle, an illusory cradle that had an illusory baby in it. And when we stole something from her, and we also burnt down her house, she yelled Strahd's name as she tried to run back into the fire after him.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say it's strange.
It is. Everything in this godforsaken world is strange. And it's all because of Strahd. There have been people before that have led assaults on the castle trying to kill him, only to be mangled and mauled and killed and destroyed. Is that y'all's goal, to hunt down and kill the Devil Strahd?
Personally, my goal is to leave and never think about this place ever again. But it sounds like we're going to have to do one to accomplish the other.
Yeah, and I got to say, it seems more and more like this Strahd fella he's at the center of all this strangeness and misery going on. I mean, it could be a two birds with one stone type situation. Yeah, we just want to get out of here, but I could see maybe that might help you in the process.
Oh, you're right about one thing. This is Strahd's world. We're just all living in it. So whether you kill him or whether you talk him out of it, or talk yourself out of this world, you're going to have to meet up with him at least one more time before it's all said and done.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that.
I wasn't so good at talking last time. Maybe we'll just go straight into the killing.
Well, that would be nice if we could do it.
Say, Burgermeister, is there a direct way we can get there, but without knocking on the front door, so to speak?
From what I know of Castle Ravenloft, it's on a cliff, 1,000 feet above the town of Barovia.
Right.
And there ain't no safe way of getting inside unless you've been invited. Hell, there may not be a way inside unless you've been invited. So I, myself, am the last person who'd be able to tell you how to get inside Strahd's house. Because it's the last place I'd want to be.
There's no one that knows anything about this pool. I mean, obviously, if Irina went through it to get to the castle, there must be some way through it.
I'm telling you, I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that I've been living in a town with a pool that has a portal to Strahd's castle in it my whole life. The whole point of these walls is to keep Strahd and his minions out. If he had a portal inside, he'd be going and coming all the time, murdering us. I just don't know if that's what happened, Jericho, and I don't have a whole lot of proof for it, but I don't know if that's the case.
That's fair, but if you think about it, maybe he's never done it before because this side seems to be powered down now. Maybe he could only access it one time without having to do something on this end as well.
That's possible.
Well, there's some more stuff we need to go over. It was quite a while back, not long after we got into Barovia, we had our fortunes told by a Vistani woman, and she gave us a few prophecies and things of that such, and a lot of the stuff that she described would be in our future would be inside the castle. But there's one left that I don't think is necessarily in the castle. And I want to show him the one I wrote down about the card about the woman that she hangs above a roaring fire.
Okay.
Find her and you'll find the treasure.
Gotcha. He says, I'm not one for poetry, my friend. Unless there's a lady somewhere in Barovia on fire above, or strapped to a stick above a roaring fire, unless there was some lady being burned at the stake. I don't know where that'd be.
Well, I imagine it's not currently happening. It's probably either a historic site, maybe of burning at the stake, or maybe could also reference a picture hanging above a fireplace, could be an effigy of some sort that maybe is like a traditional burning of something.
Well, I tell you this, down here in the town, we burnt most of our artwork long ago to keep warm. We don't have much use for it. And I've been to the Abbey once or twice before, and nothing like that's coming to my mind.
Very well. I guess that's it then.
As you say, I guess that's it. You hear loud calling from across the town where you just came into. You just came in several hours ago or a couple hours ago. You hear, Master Kriskov! There's enemies at the gate!
I run that way.
Master Kreskov does so as well, and as he does so, he says, "Everybody back in your homes, back in your homes. This might have started events that we can't turn away. Everybody try to stay safe. We'll see what we can do to protect you."
If only I could go back home. Come on, Reginald, let's go.
Right behind you. I'm grabbing up my spear.
All right. Man, that last sentence it tore me all up. I don't know what it is about that voice that kills me. But you guys all go run into the gate, and it takes you just a few minutes to get there. For an older man, Baron Kreskov, he has a spring in his step, and he gets to the gate, and he calls up and he says, what seems to be coming for us? And someone calls down from the gate. She's one of the female guards says, It looks like a few dire wolves and some shambling men, I believe. I'm not sure. He calls back up to her. Well, open the gate. Myself and our new friends will keep them at bay. That doesn't sound too tough. And, the gate begins to open as
a half hour to open up that gate.
As a couple hundred yards away, you can see walking towards you 5 dire wolves and a couple of zombies as well, walking of those kind of vampire-y looking falling apart zombies that you fought before. There are several bad mamma jammas walking towards the gate of this town. And
what time of day is it?
It is night time.
Good.
Hey, there
Yeah,
you go.
let's call it nighttime.
Because it was morning when we left the place a couple hours right away, and then we did all this stuff.
Yeah, let's call it nighttime.
You got them invisibles?
Yeah.
Nice.
Invisibilicence. Let's call it knife time. It is knife time,
Yep,
isn't
it?
it?
Is knife
Ain't
time.
wrong.
All right, so I'm gonna draw on our. The gate is gonna open up just enough for you to be able to see what's happening there, and then we're gonna get combat set up a little bit while you guys go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Damage already? Wow.
Not
Maybe
damage, you know what I mean. Boy, stop that. You know what I mean, you jive
It's a
turkey.
13 on me,
It's the 13 for me.
right?
And then we got. It's not what I wanted. We got zombie 1 and a zombie 2 and a zombie 3.
So
It's
all these
zombie.
enemies are like showing up, kind of like, I guess, shuffling out of the forest, heading this way.
Yeah, they're just kind of walking down the path that actually brings them to the gate.
Nice, fellas. There's not much in the last day that's I can wrap my head around, but this I got.
I agree with you.
I got my shield, I've got my spear, and I am ready to roll.
Keith, let me know when you get an initiative order, and I'll put it on the screen so everybody can keep track of it a little easier.
That would be great. You did that last time, and I remember being very grateful for that, my sweet brother. Also, for anyone in chat, it should be known that you won't be able to talk to Bryce before his birthday comes, but tomorrow is his 12th birthday.
Yep.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
you finally earned your beard.
Yay!
Hee
Well,
It's not his third birthday or 12th birthday, you goose. How dare you think that? Alright, so I need to get my.
It's my 23rd birthday to help Keith out because he forgot.
I didn't forget. I just kind of forgot that I was joking and didn't forgot that I was going to need to come back and tell the real age. It is hard to believe though that you're. Part of me finds it hard to believe that you are 23, and part of me finds it hard to believe that you're not older than that.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
We need to do another podcast on getting old.
Yep.
All right. So that fella got a 9. We haven't done combat in so long, you guys.
Right? It's been like, what, Thanksgiving-ish?
Yep.
No, before that.
Before that.
It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute. This portion of the podcast would be a good time for you to scratch yourself, call your mom and talk to her, catch up with your grandparents, go outside and do some lunges, some kind of stuff.
Go catch your grandparents.
Tef says he is still a youngling, even if he is 23. And no combat, then I recommend drop in an alien. We could drop in an alien to this combat. It wouldn't be that bad. All right. I need to know your guys' combat rollies or your initiative rolls, please.
I got 8.
13.
5.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Reginald got a 13. Derman got a 5, and Jericho got a
8.
Got an 8. Jericho, could you please re-roll? Here, will you roll one more time?
20.
Nat 20? Okay, we'll put you ahead of the other 8. We'll call you an 8.5. All right. So, initiative order would be that. Actually, Reginald, would you roll a d20 for me?
3.
All right. You do not beat the person who is ahead of you. So,
Keith, while you're doing all this setup, I want to say something as German.
okay, say it.
Are we outside the door or are we like right inside?
You are like right inside the door right now. No one's moved yet.
Okay, but we can see what's coming.
Correct.
Okay. So I say to all those gathered, if we keep them close together, I can do a bit more damage than if they were separated. I will stay by the gate and hopefully, sort things out. Do a bit of crowd control, as it were.
Derman, are you sure you're up for this? We just pulled you out of the lightning lake back there.
Oh yes, I'm fine. I am fine. Don't you worry about me, Reginald.
All right. Reginald is excited.
All right, I'm excited too. As soon as I can get all this written down, I decided halfway through to change up how I did it to remember what the rules kind of were more state that I should do. Bryce, the way it's going to go is that it'll be Reginald, then the zombies, then the
Wait, look at the zombies in any order?
no, just they're going to all attack as a group.
Okay.
Zombonis.
So it'll be Reginald, then the zombies, then the wolves. Then Jericho, then Derman.
Where is Lord Kresk going?
I need to find out. Give me just a moment.
Dag Niblet.
He'll go last. Kreskov will go last. Because even though he moves fairly spry, he is
What's he doing?
He's just scratching.
he is not he's still an older man. He's not the beefiest boy in the world. Um. Okay. And he has a. Does anybody know how much damage a long sword does?
1d8 if wielded in one hand, 1d10 if wielded with two.
He is a two-handed longsword. He pulls that longsword off his back and he says to you all, "I think the four of us can handle him." As he begins to walk out of the gate.
Who's gonna die?
Let us say that each square represents 10 feet and not 5. If that works for you guys. Podcast listeners, I'm sure you're probably tired of this setup, so let's just begin. Who cares what it looks like? It means now that Reginald, you have the first go, my friend.
All right. So I am going to take a second and say, "Oh, almost forgot." And I have all those health potions that I bought, but I didn't get a chance to hand them out earlier.
Nice.
So I think I had 2 for each of us or something like that from Potion Man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
You've
exactly.
used one on Derman.
Yeah.
Right, I've used one on Derman. I'm keeping one myself, and I'll give 2 apiece to the fellas. Almost forgot we might need these here in just a moment. And I'm passing them out.
Sweet. I think I actually had one left over, so I believe I have 3 now.
Nice. I had 1 left over already, so the one I had actually makes a 2. So I'm good.
Well, thank you, sir. That is greatly appreciated.
No problem. Actually, you paid for them. Anyway, back to the battle at hand. I'm ready to go.
All right.
That's all I'm doing on my turn. I just wanted to pass those out before I forgot, because doggone it, I know we're gonna need them.
Okay.
Period, right?
I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's what we decided. Superior health potions.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to do any movement after you hand off your potions? I'll say that'll definitely take an action. But if you want to do some movement,
You know what? I'll go out to stand shoulder to shoulder with Kreskov.
all right. Gotcha.
I'm kind of giving him the nod, like, yeah, we got this.
Hey Bryce, do you want to take your peen off the screen? That'd be great. Keep wiping your peen all over my screen.
It was supposed to be Pin.
I'm sure it was. I mean, podcast listeners, you're missing out. you're really missing out. What you miss out the most on this podcast is just wiener jokes, really. That's kind of it. But
it comes in all forms: visual, audible.
Mm-hmm. There's a wiener joke for everybody,
right? And for all seasons.
We even had that one Braille wiener.
We did. We did have the one Braille wiener. It's like a diseased cattail. All right, let's continue. It is now zombies' turns. The zombies, of course, they're dashing, baby. They're dashing. They're saying, "I'm coming for you, Big Mama. I'm coming for you."
Spotlight on them. I mean,
Wait.
There's a runway out there.
Oh, actually, they can go farther than that, right? They can go a long way. They can actually go 40 feet, so about right there. They're coming in. The zombies are coming in. And then the wolves are going to take their turn. They too are going to be sprinting on in there. And they got they got some good distance. They can say, "I run 50 feet."
I ran.
They're actually not going to even have to dash. Well, I mean, they're going their normal pace. They're closing in. They're closing in on you.
Almost lazily.
While the gate continues to hang open. Shoot, I botched something. Hold up.
Sprinkle a little DM flavor on it. It'll be okay.
Yep, sorry, just had to actually get to where I could find their attacks. Cool. Hey, this will actually be a decent, not intentional, but a decent counter to Jericho's invisibilitrance. Okay, so
Wolves got
Invisibility.
sniff sense.
yeah. I'll go ahead
They
and
can
tell
see
you,
you.
they have something called keen hearing and smell. The wolf has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell, the two things that you still do when you're invisible.
I do hear and smell.
That's correct. All right, it is now Jericho's turn. Do what you will do.
Dermot, do you think you can hold the gate on your own, or do we need to close it? Are you going to get to the top of the wall?
I can
Yeah.
likely hold it on my own.
All
But
right,
we'll see once the combat starts, won't we?
I guess so. You should probably be prepared to close it at any given point. All right, Reginald, let's get this started.
As you're speaking real quick, Kreskov also turns around and he says, Derman, if we get overrun out here, there's a level behind the wall. You throw it and the door will slam shut. Don't you let these creatures in my town.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'm a run out. I get an extra 10 feet of movement speed on my first turn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move. How far is 40 feet? How close will that get me?
40 feet would be bump, bump, bump.
Okay.
No.
So I can't attack from
That
there.
looks like 30 feet.
Yep, there you go.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to use. I still get advantage on the wolves, though, right? Because they can't see me, and they can't make a perception check on me.
Yeah, they have to take an action to try to sniff you out.
Okay. Then he's kind of far away, so I'm gonna use my crossbow. Can I use a explodey arrow on him?
You may. Whomst do you wish to fire on?
That William 4.
William 4, okay. Within a proper distance, those are 10-foot radius fire arrows, right? 5 or 10 feet.
I think it's 5-foot radius. 10
D-
foot
D10 for a 5-foot. Right? D10 damage for 5-foot radius?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus D10 fire damage on hit and in a 5-foot radius.
Gotcha.
DC 15 dex save to take half damage.
Okay, so it will not be enough to hit the zombie, but you will still, of course, you may shoot number 4.
Okay. I will shoot him.
Go and do the shoost.
Do I make a shoost attack, or
Yeah.
does he just make a dex save?
No, you still got to hit him with it.
Yeah. But he'll take the fire damage either way. I just need to see if he takes the bolt damage.
If you hit him with the bolt, he definitely takes the fire damage, yes.
Okay. That's a 13 to hit.
A 13 to hit. A 13 will not hit a dire wolf.
Dookie.
You fire a flaming arrow, a mechanical contraption of your own design, and it flies, just barely brushing.
I want to use a point. No wait. I don't need a point of inspiration. I have a advantage.
Oh yeah, because you're invisibrance.
Um,
Did you fail again?
I crit failed.
Oh wow.
Shot straight
So
up.
your arrow. Go ahead.
I said it was not meant to be.
It was not meant to be. But your arrow does singe a little bit of fur off the back of the dire wolf as he's walking menacingly towards the gate. But one thing, the dire wolf does turn around briefly to
Wait, he doesn't get the DC 15. Like I didn't hit within a 5-foot radius of him.
I mean, if you're shooting straight at a wolf and you miss him, like it's not going to land at his feet,
Okay,
right? I mean,
I guess not. No.
I'm picturing you're shooting right at him, so that
That's
bolt's going to travel a ways before it hits the ground. Y'all let me know if I'm being unfair, but that seems all right. Behind him, an explosion of alchemist fire, and a little bit of heat he feels on his booty.
Whoosh.
A crying shame. I know.
Well, I get an extra attack on my first turn,
That's right.
so I'm gonna shoot another one at him.
Let it rip.
That was a 2. There we go. That's 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. So he takes 1d6. That's 3 plus 4 is 7 plus sneak attack damage. And on my first turn, I deal an extra d8 of damage. So that's 3 plus 4 was 7 plus 1 is 8 plus. God, getting such low rolls. Plus another 1 is 9. Plus his alchemist fire is, what was it, a d10?
Yep. What's going on with somebody's mic right now?
Yeah, we got something on the mic here.
That's Zenus.
Oh, okay.
That's 14 total.
14 total after the 7?
Yes.
So 21 total?
What? After the 7?
You initially took 7 damage, then you kept adding, so I didn't know if that was 14 altogether or not.
No, I got 9 damage initially, and then the added alchemist fire was another plus 5, so
Okay.
14, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So when he turns around to examine the explosion behind him, he turns back just in time to catch an arrow colliding with his front left shoulder, and an explosion of fire shooting out of it. He's knocked off of balance as half of the hair of his body is singed completely off, and you can see the skin underneath is a little bit burned. And now it is still your turn, or what else we got?
I mean, I still have an extra attack, but I can't fire another bolt with that extra attack, and there's nothing within. Z3 is not within melee range, is it?
That would be, well, if my map was still up. That would be, I would say correct. If that whole thing is 10 feet. Well, no, yeah, he's probably within 5 feet of you if the whole square is 10 feet. Yeah, you could swing at him if you want.
Alright, I'm gonna make a swing a ding ding.
Swing at him.
Swinging that dang.
That's gonna be a 20 to hit, not natural.
That will hit, of course.
Ooh. That's 6 damage.
6 damage. Well, you slash at that Zambo, and when you hit him, you cut off his left arm. Slice! And his left arm falls to the ground and begins to claw at you. Tell me about that damage again. How much was it?
I do not remember.
Let's call it 6.
I feel like it was 6. Yeah, the D6 is still on a 2, and I have plus 4.
Okay. Hale wanted to drop in to fix your sub and get your Dungeon Boy wave. Hey, welcome to Dungeon Boys. I don't see a sub, but I'll let you handle that. You changed your peen to Gerald? Good job. All right. Derman, that means it's your turn, Buddy Row.
I am here. Sorry about the noise. This mic is... this is only the second time I've used it, so I'm not very familiar with its mute function.
I thought you stumbled into the bathroom or something.
No, I was adjusting myself on my bed, and my bed is quite noisy.
Nice.
Anyway, I am going to step into the center of the door. How wide is that opening? Is it like 5 feet or like 10 feet?
This opening they're barely opening the gate for you guys to get out, so it's probably about 5 feet wide.
Okay, sweet. I want to stand like just past that, so not quite like right in the center, but a little bit beyond it. And then I'm going to use my action to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
You call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration, which is 10 minutes. If you are good or neutral, their spectral form appears angelic or fey. Be angelic. When you cast this spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. And since I can't see Jerry, I'm going to give it to Reginald and Kresk.
Okay.
They're unaffected. Everyone else is affected. Creature speed is halved, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it's got to make a Wisdom saving throw or take much damage. So that's all that I'm doing this turn.
Okay. Just casting that spell.
Yeah.
Will you?
I mean, that's my action. So.
Gotcha. Will you help me keep track of when I need to make my rolls?
I will try my best.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Movement or anything else?
Nope. He gonna stand right there as a sentinel.
All right. Sounds like a good plan. I like that's so cool. Like just you stand. Someone has to stand in the gap. It is I.
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass. But easily one of the top 3 moments in films, in my opinion. I could probably take my top 3 movie moments out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Anyway, Reginald, it's your turn, buddy man.
No, it is Mr. Crestman.
Oh, of course it is. He's down here in the hole. All right. Kreskov, knowing that you've got this spell on, and he's going to step over here beside Derman, because he's going to step beside Derman. He says, "Now, Derman, I can't let anything happen to you." And he stands there and holds his sword ready for someone to attack his new friend in his town.
Oh, I suppose not.
Now it's Reginald's turn. Also, Kreskov is ready in action.
Okay.
What will you do?
I think I'm gonna. It's my turn?
Yes.
Yeah, first, I want to make a brief comment on the fact that it takes these doors so long to open, but there's a lever that'll snap them shut.
They're spring loaded.
Just okay, I got it. We're good now. All right, so I was gonna lose some sleep over that one, but
I'll submit the diagram that I have of it, the inner workings of the mechanisms.
That's exactly what I need right there. All right, so I'm gonna make a run towards Z2 zombie number dose, kind of towards midfield there.
You gonna dash or regular run?
I have the trait aggressive, so I can use my bonus action to run up to my movement speed again.
Nice.
As long as it's toward the enemy. So I'm barreling straight in.
Okay. You still got a little bit of distance there. I think I did I do 60 feet? How many feet did I do?
Well, I do 30, but then I can move up to my movement speed.
Oh, well then
again
you're good. Yeah, sorry. My math is way off tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good, man. So, yeah, I'm just getting up in there. I got my spear equipped, so I'm just gonna stab at him with my spear.
All right, stab him. This is the first time ever attacking a zombie. This is old hat to Jericho and Derman, but this is your first zombie.
Yeah. So this is a 19 to hit.
Of course, that'll hit.
And it's a 13 of those damage. It is
nice.
Piercing damage.
You stab at him with piercing damage for 13. That's not the right math. That is written down now. Whenever you stab at him with piercing damage, you stab directly into his right shoulder joint, completely removing his arm.
Good job. All right. Second attack, I'm going for the other arm.
Get it.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice. All right, gonna do some damage. 8 whole damage.
8 whole damage will also hurt him pretty good. That'll be enough damage to you try to stab at his arm, but instead you go your eye is drawn down to his dangling bits, and you stab him in the leg instead and remove his leg.
Ouch. Okay. Man, dude's having a rough night.
He is.
All right, so that's double attack and a bonus action. That's it for me. I'm tapped out.
All right, sounds good. It is now the zombies' turns. So zombie number 1, noticing its zombie friend has been attacked, it's going to ride over here to try to get you, Reginald. And what he's going to do is he's going to try to bite you, and he's going to try to claw you. Will an 8 hit?
Negative, sir.
What about a 5?
Just barely, but no, that's not going to hit.
Okay.
Natural 5, or do they have modifiers?
He rolled a 2 that time. Also, Hale, it's all good.
His armpit or something, that might work.
Yeah, it's all good. Just have a good time if you want to listen to the show. Don't worry about subbing or anything. Just have a good time. Zombie number 2, after being chopped upon, is still going to try to bite and slash at you with its remaining body parts. Will a 17 hit?
No, it will not.
Good gravy, man. I love the idea of like Reginald finally get to go in there and just like swatting limbs away with his spear, just going hamly on them.
Well, I've got the shield equipped too, so that actually gives me a little bit of some assistance there. So.
Right. So the second attack, when Zombie 2 attacks, it goes to swing its remaining arm at you, and you block it with your shield, and then it goes to bite you, and you push your spear up in front of it, and it bites down on your spear, saving you from the damage.
I love it. Love that visual.
Yeah. Zombie number 3 comes in to Jericho, as well as zombie number 4 coming in to attack the Jericho who drinks only the mole. What was that, Reginald?
Zombie 4 didn't know where I was.
Oh yeah, you're invisible. My bad. Forgot about the invisibility. Yep. My bad on the invisibility. Zombie 4 is going to continue its deathly march towards the building, towards the wall then. Zombie 3 is going to dookie. He natural 20'd on his bite.
But he has disadvantage.
Because you're invisible. Well, don't worry about him hitting you then, because he's only got a 9 to hit. And then he's going to try to slash you with his claws, which he's got a 12. And will a 12 do it?
My armor class is kind of low. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's 14.
We're getting up on it.
Oh, 15. I'm still good.
Okay, cool. Nice. So you as well, you come up there swashbuckling with invisibility. I picture instead of blocking, you try to keep yourself unrevealed. So you swipe at this zombie, chop his arm off, and then as it begins to attack you, it's swinging into the night, and you're like leaning side to side with your hands directly in front of you, trying to dodge and successfully dodging his attacks. So you come out of that attack unscathed. Now it's time for the wolves to attack. Of course, Reginald, wolf number 2, he's going to squeeze into this little gap. He's trying to bite your booty. Wolf number 1 is sprinting to the gate. Wolf number 3 sees that zombie number 3 has had an arm removed. He's suspicious. So he's going to use his action to try to see if he can sniff out Jericho. Now, Jericho, if he is successful in sniffing you out, you will no longer be invisible to this wolf. He will have gotten your scent. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
But I didn't remove a zombie's arm, I don't think.
Yeah, you did.
3. Last move, you hit his arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you sliced his arm.
They don't make zombies like they used to.
I thought that was just Reginald.
No,
I did that.
Everybody removed a limb, and even if you didn't, I would have said that he saw some blood or whatever happen. Gotcha. Just because slicing something people notice, especially wolves who are no stranger to slicing. I'm gonna roll that perception. Perception is wisdom, so he's gonna roll with advantage though, but he's supposed to have disadvantage, so that'll cut in half, which means just a regular roll. He rolled a 14 against your I guess roll a stealth to see if you're over stealthing him.
Do I add my stealth modifier
to a stealth roll?
I guess so.
I'm not like intentionally stealthing. I'm just invisible.
Yeah, you'd still do that because you're at this point. It's like it's a contest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, Keith, I have a +10 modifier to stealth.
I know that.
I rolled a 27.
When I thought about it in my head that we were about to make a contest out of it, I was like, well, this is all just a formality now. But yeah, he doesn't notice you, so he's a little bit confused. So Reginald, I'm sorry, he too is going to come over here and try to do horrible things to you.
He can't do anything because he used his action on that.
That's true, but he wants to, and he's going to get close, so he can. So he can next time. I'm not telling you you're wrong. Wolf number 4 is also heading to the gate. And wolf number 5 is also heading to the gate. Now, I know that I believe, probably entering your field, Derman. I'm going to handle wolf number 2 up here first.
Yeah, it's fine. I've been waiting.
Okay. Wolf number 2, he's going to do dirty things. He's going to try to bite, which is what he can do. He rolls a... Man, this poor DM's dice. He rolls a 9. So he runs up and tries, yeah, no, he runs up and tries with all his might to jump into you and try to bite at your neck. But as you have one zombie pushed aside to your right with its mouth on your spear, you've just bonked another zombie away. You pull your shield up and take all of the weight of that wolf running into you. As wolf number 1, 4, and 5 have entered Derman's field, and we're going to have to roll for them as well.
Yeah.
What shall I roll?
Wisdom.
What shall I do?
Ooh, everybody was cut out. Everybody still there?
The wolves.
Huh?
I said, well, you said, what shall I do? Saying, hopefully the wolves will die.
Ooh, can y'all hear us?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we just lost y'all for like a good 15 seconds.
Oh, boy.
15 seconds, like maybe 5.
That's going to be bad for the recording later, I bet. But we'll see. So I rolled, sorry, Zenas, I rolled a... Gosh, what did I roll for saving throw? I rolled a 5 for the saving throw? For 1?
You know what? It doesn't.
Yeah, I figured probably not. What about a 7?
Nope.
Hey, what about another 7?
No, sadly not.
All right, none of them
The second
saved.
7 came closer than the first 7 though.
Yeah, that's good news.
They're gonna take. They're all gonna take 8 radiant damage, and as long as they're within 15 feet of me, their movement speed is halved.
Nice.
But the movement speed being halved affects anybody no matter what, unless I designated them. So
Right.
also, as soon as Jericho enters this space and the spell's still active, he's gonna have to make the save and throw as well.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Because I
gotcha.
can't see him.
You guys will have to handle that. Or no, you can't see him, so yeah, we'll have to handle that the way we
Can I
handle
see
it.
the spell effect?
What?
Is the spell effect visible to me?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then I
But
probably
yeah, because it's like this, like, I forget the color, but it's like these. You can see like the little motes of light as the spirits like flitting around.
Okay.
So it's almost like little tiny angels floating around Derman for a radius of 15 feet.
All right, Keith. Before we move on, and I forget, you made the wolves take just a regular roll to see if they could find me,
Mm-hmm.
because their advantage was counteracted by disadvantage.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have disadvantage because it's smell, it's not sight, it's not based on blind
Gotcha.
ability. So they would have advantage.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll deal with that next time if he tries it.
Okay.
But thank you for bringing that to my attention. That is a kindly thing to do. So yeah, you just saw 3 wolves run into the barrier created by Derman's magical spell. And Kreskov turns to you, Derman, and says, "You really are pretty powerful, huh?"
Well, not really, not that I would know, but I'd like to believe that this is. Well, sure, yes. Let's say for now, yes.
Okay, as all these wolves are by the barrier. So now they're inside the thing and they are going to try to attack you, okay? It is attack time. So, will a 17 hit?
Yep.
All right, a 17. He's going to come at you with a little bit of damage. Bada binga. He's going to do 6 damage to you. This wolf is going to come in and take a bite out of your arm.
Ah, my arm.
Then the second wolf is unfortunately going to roll higher than that one and also hit with a 19 plus 5. And he's going to do another 7 damage to you, my man.
Ouchie.
He takes another bite. You know, they're both biting at you and taking off pieces of flesh. The final wolf is going to attack Mr. Kreskov, and we're going to pray for his little frail body. It looks like he is able to use his armor and his sword. He turns his sword sideways, and the wolf bites down on his sword as he pushes him back. And his final response to Derman's unsureness about his own power is, "Well, all I've got's this piece of steel, so you're doing better than me." That means it's now Jericho's turn.
Yeah, we're gonna have to protect him. We can't lose the one black guy in Barovia.
I don't want to be that kind of horror story. His wife is also black.
That's true.
Also, any number of the townspeople that you've seen have also been black. You racist.
We have not encountered any of them.
That's
They
true.
have not spoken, therefore they do not exist.
You're right.
Except for that one who yelled, "There's enemies at the gate."
That was a lady.
Oh,
Very,
she may have also sounded like that.
very husky lady.
It might have been. I don't know. Y'all
Alright,
leave me
I'll
alone. I try my best to make good representation.
I couldn't remember what voice you used.
I think I did do a regular man's voice from a distance.
Okay. I'm gonna attack Z3, I guess.
Okay, attack him. Since you're so confident.
I would launch a fire arrow right where Reginald is if he wasn't there.
You probably still could. He doesn't care. I'm just
It
kidding. He
might
probably
not.
does.
No, I really don't.
All right, so Z3 is getting the stab.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
That's 6 damage plus sneak attack is another 3 is 9 damage.
All right.
Extra attack. That's 18 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
That's a 10 damage.
All right. You slice. Your first attack, you start low and slice off a leg. And your second attack is enough to come back up and slice off his other arm. So now this zombie is left with only one leg standing before you in its mouth as it wobbles but yet lives.
Very determined zombie.
Is it standing?
It's still standing, yes.
I'm gonna let him live.
Okay.
That's commitment.
Yeah, okay. What else do you do?
I'm going to kind of run up to the left and get to where I can reach Wolf 3 and Zombie 3, I guess, with my next turn.
After
Okay.
you leave Zombie 3's area, he gets a melee attack on you
Yeah.
with no arms.
With his leg.
Okay. Yeah.
He can jump.
Well, if you're trying to stay within distance of W3 or Wolf 3 and Zombie 3, then you're not leaving his area technically.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Okay.
Anything else?
I believe that's it.
All right. Excuse me, Derman. Your turn. Man, combat
Oh,
eats some episode. I apologize, guys.
It does. I don't know if we're making it to the thing we might make it to.
Quickie mark.
I'm going to cast another spell.
Okay,
Favorite spiritual weapon.
do it.
I'm gonna cast it kind of in the midst of the situation going on with old DK and W1, 4, and 5.
Is it normally a hammer?
It's normally a hammer because Grim used it and it was a hammer.
Right.
So I've just been keeping it as a hammer. But I think
It
for
is a
Dermot
spiritual
it'll be a
version.
spear.
Okay.
So when it's a bonus action. When you cast it, you can attack a target within 5 feet.
The spear having reach, would you be able to do 10 feet?
No, because the spell says within 5 feet of the weapon. But also, the spear itself being long in conjunction with your arm gives it the extra reach.
Gotcha.
I put a spear down there for you.
Melee. Oh, thank you.
A nice.
So I must roll
Nice
thing.
spear not to-
I'm gonna use it to attack wolf number 1
All right, use it to attack wolf number 1, brother.
because effing. Will a 9 hit?
A 9 will not hit wolf number 1.
Well, dang. All right. Well, now since that was a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance, the cantrip, because I can.
Okay.
Word of Radiance, the home game.
Are they're all within like 5 feet of us, right?
Yeah.
Good. You utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So I'm attacking all 3 wolves.
All right, Constitution saving throw rolling up for the wolves right now. I'm gonna roll when it comes to that stuff. I'm just gonna roll them all as one. So Constitution saving throw, they rolled a 10.
They do not save.
Nice.
Yay! All right.
Oh!
They take 10 damage.
They take 10 damage, all 3.
Yes. Yeah,
All right.
indeed.
You putting out that DPS, son.
Trying. And that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. So all those wolves that are near you are really looking worse. I mean, they don't look too terribly close to death, but they look like you're really putting a hurting on them.
Good.
Kreskov turns to you. He says, "All right, let's see if I still got it." And he rips the sword out of the mouth of the wolf that he's standing near, wolf number 5, and he goes to stab at the wolf.
I just, when you say he turns to me, I just imagine like he either like turns like his whole body but keeps the sword like in the wolf's mouth, or he just turns with the wolf and then turns back.
No.
Like some like early 2000s like PS2 game.
Speaking of, tomorrow morning I'll be playing more of the original God of War game released in 2005. Having a good time. More boobs, more unclothed boobs in it than I thought there would be, but other than that, having a great time with it. Come on by.
There's quite
Got
a
a
lot.
little Michael Clark Duncan in there.
32
Yeah.
boobs.
The 32-bit boobies. All right. Anyway, speaking of our own boobs, it's the Dungeon Boys. Let's return to combat. Kreskov is going to roll a roll that will miss the wolf, so he pulls the sword out of the wolf's mouth and tries to stab at it. But the wolf is able to dodge that stab, and he misses it a little bit and finds himself shoulder to shoulder with a dire wolf. It is now Reginald's turn.
All right. Being that wolf number 3 has just gotten all up in my face,
Yep.
I think I'm gonna attack that direction. So
Let it rip.
I'm going with the spear. It is a 25 to hit.
That will definitely hit. He has as yet been untouched, so it'll be good for him to have some attention.
11 of those damage.
Yeah, great. Sounds good.
And I'm just gonna, you know what? I'll do the same thing again. I'm just gonna go for the hit. Is it a 14 gonna do it?
14 will, yes, we'll do it.
Oh, cool. Okay, so some damage, 13 damage.
13 damage. Sounds
Yes,
good.
sir.
Guys, I just learned something that I shouldn't have forgotten as a DM. A little ditty called Pack Tactics, so prepare for maybe a little worse of a time in the upcoming round. But you take 2 stabs at this wolf, 2 stabs directly at it, one in the shoulder, one in its belly as it turns, and this wolf is now bleeding on the ground in front of you, but it yet lives.
Nice. I think I'm going to use my. I'm going to use my second wind, and you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. So, what level are we? Are we level 7?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's
7.
what I heard
So
last.
what d10 now? Okay, here's a 10. Okay. That is a 7 plus 7, so 14. I get
Nice.
some 14 health back.
Solid heals.
Okay, that'll do. And other than that, I'm just hanging out, doing my thing.
All right, it is the zombies' turns. So Zombie 1 and Zombie 2 are going to do their best to try to attack you, Mr. Reginald.
Go for it.
Will a 12 hit?
Negative, sir.
What about a 14?
Zing right over the head.
What about a 10?
Nope.
What about a 7?
Devastatingly no.
All right, so you were able to. I love the idea that just zombies can't hurt you. Like they're just based on my dice, like you're impervious to zombies. So you're able to use your shield and your spear to bonk those zombies away, and they are unable to harm or attack you. Zombie number 3 is going to try to. It felt the movement of you going by, Jericho. It's going to try to fall towards you with its mouth. Sorry,
One heck of an attack. Nat
my-
20, you gotta be, right?
no, my dice bounced off and landed diagonally. So,
Funny.
will a 13? Will a 13 hit?
Sorry, sir. No, it will not.
So you turn back to see this zombie trying to sniff you out, and just on one leg going as it takes a bite out of the ground, like right in front of you. It can't stop itself. It just falls directly into the ground, and it's doing its best to kick its way towards you. So that zombie is straight up prone.
That is very sad.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
This is zombie number 3's world now.
Tactically, these are maybe not your priority. I don't know. And then zombie number 4 is going to finally make its way down here to join into the battle, and it's going to try its best to attack you, Derman. But it's got to roll a wisdom saving throw, and it actually, believe it or not, rolls a 17 for its wisdom saving throw.
He saved.
Congratulations, Mr. Zombie. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
He still takes 10 damage.
How many?
10.
Alright, he still takes 10 damage, so even still, he kind of gets fried on the way in. But these zombies, despite having loose limbs, are pretty resilient. So, that being the case, the zombies' turns are now through. So it's Wolf turn now. Wolf 2 and 3 are going to continue trying to work on you, Reginald. And because they have a thing called pack tactics, they're going to get advantage on their attack rolls.
Bring it.
I'm sure if we get actually, like, one day, many people are listening to this podcast in retrospect, like, oh, let's go back through their first playthrough of Curse of Strahd back before they got millions of followers. Oh, I can't even say it without laughing. But they'll be
1,000 followers.
Yeah, maybe 1,000. But they'll be like, he's such a bad DM. We'll have pack tactics. Anyway. Yep, so that's a nat 20 on one roll.
Nah, it doesn't hit.
Oh, boy. So the natural 20, we will roll damage on a bite. 2d6 plus 3.
I'm really glad I did that second win on the last go round.
Yeah. So he's going to do 11 damage on you.
Okay.
And sadly enough, I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Ooh, I could do that. That is a critical fail. It's a 1. I got a +8, but it's a 1.
So it bounced into you and took a bite out of one of your pectorals and knocks you prone on the ground. Reginald, you are now on your back on the ground.
My meats.
Your pec meats. All right. That leaves wolf number.
Tactics.
Oh man, I'll give you a second if you're driving or doing some other task to laugh at that. That was really good. You guys just enjoy that. Peck tactics.
I mean, you don't have to.
There's a lot of talent on this podcast. There's a lot of talent on this show. All right, wolf number 3 is going to do the same thing. He's going to try to bite at you. No crits on this one, but will a unnatural 20 hit?
Yes.
All right. Oh boy, Reginald, another 11 damage for you, buddy. He takes a big old bite out of you.
Juicy.
All right.
Did he go for the other trick? What's happening here?
This time he just got a piece of your bicep.
Okay.
As you're scrambling to try to get a block in, getting knocked down like that, it's hard to get your footing back, obviously. Derman, is it time for my wisdom rolls?
Yep, for 1, 4, and 5, indeed.
Okay. They rolled a 7.
That is not going to do it.
Give me the damage.
Um, 21 damage.
Ooh, baby. 21 damage on Wolf numero uno. So that damage, what kind of damage do these Spirit Guardians do? Like, what does it look like?
It is radiant, and it's like light that sears your flesh.
Gotcha.
Holy light. That
Oh my
cooks it up.
gosh. Derman, these wolves, agents of darkness that they are completely caught off guard by this radiant damage, and they were unprepared and unresilient against it. These 3 wolves are fried before your very eyes. The
Heck
3
yeah.
of them are fried up and die right before you. Man, what a spell. Dang. When you're dealing with dumb enemies, those 3 wolves sizzle with radiant energy directly before you, right there on the ground.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good. All right,
But
so
the Zambi's still kicking?
the Zambi is currently still kicking because it's not his turn to roll for that yet. All right, those wolves are gone. That means it is Jericho's turn.
Sweet. I guess I need to just let Zombie 3 go to the wayside. I'm gonna chop at him with my sword. Keith?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's a 18 to hit.
18. You're hit chopping at the wolf?
No, the zombie on the ground.
Oh, the
I'm
zombie
just
on the ground?
finishing
Yeah, you get advantage on that chop, by the way.
I get advantage because I'm invisible.
Oh,
unless
okay.
I get double advantage.
But yeah, definitely you'll hit. That of course that advantage was just to make sure whether you got a crit or not. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I rolled twice. I did not.
cool.
I did do 9 damage though.
9 damage is exactly 9 damage is over what you need. So instead of slashing, I picture you toss the sword in the air, grab it by its hilt with the blade facing down, and stab the blade into the zombie's head on the ground, its body lifeless on the end of your blade as you rip it out.
Nice. Poor guy.
Also, his other leg fell off.
Yep. It just shot off backwards, just shooting into the forest.
Peace out.
Alright, I'm gonna go for Wolf 3 with my second attack.
Wolf number 3, take him out.
Give him the will a 15 hit?
A 15 will hit.
Sweet. And he will take the sneak attack damages. So that is 10 damage total.
Alright, 10 damage total. You go and slash down the back of this wolf as you walk up to him. This wolf has already been stabbed twice in the abdomen with a spear. You're slashing down its back. This wolf is bleeding profusely. It's barely standing up as it continues to try to bite at Reginald.
I guess bonus action offhand weapon, I'll use my crossbow.
Okay,
Just shoot a regular at him.
go ahead.
Fiery, flamey one.
Sure.
That's 9 damage.
Did you roll to hit?
Oh, I did not. That's 26 to hit.
Of course, that'll hit. And you did 9 damage? This arrow is sans fire?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do a cool Legolas image here. You run up, of course, invisible, but you run up to this wolf. It's attacking Reginald, your buddy, your compadre. You run up, slice down its back, opening its back with blood pouring out, and then you take a step into the slice that you just made with your left foot, pressing up in right above its head, pulling out your crossbow, and putting a bolt directly in the base of its skull as its head lands on Reginald's chest, blood leaking out of its face, and it's dead.
I almost wish I had done crossbow only on that one, because then I could have I'm invisible, So you would hear clunk, and then it hits
Yeah.
like with a meaty thump into its side.
Oh, it was meaty. But now there's
So
a
meaty.
there's a dead wolf on Reginald's chest and Jericho's weight pushing it down.
Nice.
I feel comforted.
Also, if you guys would rather me not like make up cool cinematic kills for you, I don't have to. But I'm just picturing these
You
things
have
happen.
to.
Yep, you gotta do your thing. This is your crafted world.
Combat is monotonous without the cool death scenes.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
You
I'll
don't have
keep
to
it.
do everyone if you don't want to, but just like the fatalities, you got to do it.
Yeah.
KO.
If I have an idea, I'm telling it to you.
Okay, cool. And with my movement speed, I'm gonna round about that Z2 and get behind W2 and face towards Reginald.
All
That's
right,
me.
sounds good.
So we can spit roast them.
All right, Derman,
Sides.
it's your turn.
I'm gonna use my spear to attack at zombie number 4.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 to hit, my man.
A natural 20. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, hold on.
Derman has just been a meat grinder this episode.
I know, Derman is. I
He
feel.
blocks it.
I feel like at a certain point you guys are like, Derman, are you sure you can hold the gate? And he was like, yeah, I guess so. And then he just mows everybody down.
One hand in the whole.
He is going to take the whopping 15 damage.
Okay. 15 damage to the zombie?
Yeah. And then,
System.
let me see what I can do. I gotta.
Alright. The spear stabs him in his right arm and removes his right shoulder and arm, and it falls to the ground.
Heck yeah. And then I'm going to attack zombie number 1 with the cantrip Sacred Flame, so he's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw as flame descends upon him.
Dang. If you guys want to save something, try being a zombie. Dexterity save, he did. It was only a 14 because he's got a minus, but.
Well, that is my spell save DC.
So meets it, beats it has been our rule, I think, for this show.
Meets a
Yeah.
beat.
So we'll.
It's meat.
If he meets the beat, he beats the meat, baby. That's how it is. Which is a crying shame for this poor zombie's meat. I'm sure eventually, Derman never forgets.
It was
Derman
summarily beaten.
Yeah, but that's all I'm gonna do then.
All right. So flame descends a little bit on this zombie, but it's able to waddle out of the way, and radiant flame hits beside him, but does not, kill. That means it is Kreskov's turn.
Hey.
And Kreskov then now turns to Derman as his quarry is now destroyed. Right there, his adversary. He says, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that myself. And he goes towards the zombie and attacks the zombie with a bloody 2. God. I'm trying to make you look cool, Baron Kreskov, but no, you're not. You're not cool. He goes to swing at the zombie, and the sword seems to be a little bit too heavy for his older age. It seems he hasn't swung it in a while. He's been behind those walls too long, and he swings at the zombie, but just misses wide right as his sword goes, shifting into the dirt. Reginald.
Is he an imposing man, or is he gone to chunk
He's
after living outside the walls?
Yeah, he's kind of gone to chunk.
Okay.
He's kind of gone to chunk. Just a little bit.
A little bit chunk
Just a little chunky.
side.
Join me on the chunk side. All right, Reginald, it's your turn, buddy boy.
Okay. All right. I am prone. I am not often prone.
Yeah,
What are my options here? Like, if I get up,
that's your movement. That's half your movement speed.
oh, that's it.
I believe so.
But I've still got my actions.
Correct.
Or does I take the action to get up?
No, I
Does he
think
need
you.
to roll to remove the wolf corpse from him.
No, we won't make him roll to do that.
Strength check. You think?
No, I think let's Google it. I think it'll be helpful to Google it.
Do I have disadvantage while I'm on the ground?
You do have disadvantage. Conditions D&D 5e. Blinded, charmed, deafened, grappled, incapacitated, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone. The prone creature's only movement option is to crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends the condition. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage.
Yeah, that was always a weird.
Yeah. So I guess like if you.
Speed.
Yep. Exactly.
Cool. I'm hopping right up. I'm extruding myself from under a big old dead wolf.
Okay.
And I don't really need to move anywhere. I'm just gonna spear towards wolf number 2.
All right, you go for it, buddy.
All right. That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit for sure.
And 11 damage to his face.
Sorry, real quick. 11 damage to the wolf's face. This is wolf numero which?
Number doso. The only one right there.
Wolf numero dos. Right, sorry, the other one's dead. Ooh, wolf, he hasn't been harmed before. Wolf numero dos with the spear to the face is going to take that damage right to the face.
All right. So I'm going to take that same spear. I'm going to see if I can kind of shove it towards more of his face with a 12. Is that going to hit?
A 12 actually will not hit.
It's worth a shot.
Yep.
And that's all I got. That's what I'm doing. I'm back on my feet. I'm standing next to the dead wolf, facing the other one, zombie on either side, shield ready.
All right. These zombies.
I still have no clue where Jericho went, right?
Yeah, correct.
I know he's there somewhere.
You're smart enough to know that he knocked that wolf down. I'm sure. There's a crossbow bolt in it when you moved it away, but other than that, of course, you do not know. These zombies aren't smart enough to look for Jericho, so they're gonna roll to try to attack you. Will a 15 hit you at all?
It meets it, I think.
Sorry, Reginald, not Jericho.
Which one was it? 15?
Yeah.
Nah, that's a big no, sir.
All right. Other one's going to try to attack at you. What about a daggum 22? Will they finally get to bite you?
Barely grazed me. Yeah.
All right. The zombie is going to get in a bite on you. Not too much jaw strength to worry about. Just 2 damage.
Shoe toy tonight.
I know. Yeah, 2 damage from that zombie you've taken.
2?
Yep. It leans in and nibbles you. You're not to be trifled with after you stand up. Chicka chicka bumbo. What's gonna happen next? It is zombie number 4's turn. Zombie number 4, who yet lives, is going to have to roll. Zenos, is your spell still active?
Oh yeah, it's active for 100 rounds of combat, eh?
Okay. He rolls a 13.
He don't save.
All
the
right.
fool.
Kill him. Kill him dead.
Oh, he takes 16 damage.
He does not survive it. He fries in the French fry light of your radiant damage.
Excellent.
And the zombie slumps before you.
Is that what a holy radiant light looks like? Is that like the buffet lights?
Yep. That's how I feel. And
in Barovia, yes.
Being on this keto diet, the holy light is the light of any light that's near food.
I can understand that.
Okay, so zombie number 4 has perished. Zombie number 3, of course, has perished. That means the only thing left are the kerfluffle over there beside Reginald and Jericho. That means it's the wolf's turn. The wolf is going to continue trying to attack Reginald. It still has pack tactics, so it's going to get 2 rolls. Its greatest roll was a 13.
Yep, not gonna do it.
Fool me once, shame on me. You fool me twice, shame on me. Reginald is not here to be fooled, so he uses his shield to take the brunt of that wolf bite as it comes in, making it Jericho's turn again.
Yay! Yeah, I guess I'll go for... I killed a zombie, I guess I'll go for a wolf now.
Okay, you alright? You killed a wolf. The last thing you did was kill the wolf.
Was it? Oh, yeah, I did. I forgot to do that in one turn.
Do you forget me so quickly?
I do.
Who's that?
So I'm still gonna go for W2.
Alright, let it rip.
Hey, that's a 21 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
I chop him with a 1 plus 4 is 5 plus sneak attack damage is 11 total.
Okay.
Ooh. How'd he look?
So you slice him that way. He looks a little bit less than half as good as he started. And you put a couple slices down his rib cage to open him up and make him bleed some.
Extra attack.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
That's a 8 damage.
Okay. Cool. He yet remains alive.
That's it.
Alright, so you slice him open, wolf
So yeah.
wolf bleeding all over the place. Dermon, it is your turn again.
I'm going to send. I'm going to send the spear forward 20 feet. But I don't think that's going to make it to where they are.
Okay. No, it will not.
Okay, so I'm going to cast guiding bolt at zombie number 1.
Guiding bolt it, let it rip.
All right, let me get back to my. Okay, there it is.
Zombie one number 1 also
Well, that's a
untouched.
nat 20 right there.
You nailed it.
So, yeah, F that guy.
In him
You know,
in particular.
He shouldn't have dodged that radiant flame.
I told you you never forget.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. That's a lot. Good lord, what are these rolls?
Don't you double the damage on a critical hit?
Yeah. Do you do it with spells?
I mean, let's find out. Because if not, he's still going to take a lot of damage.
Oh no, I believe you. Part of me wants to think you don't do that on spells.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Are you Googling?
Yeah.
I will trust your Googling.
Critical hit, so yeah, I would think it would.
I don't know. I feel like we've walked this path before, maybe in other podcasts I've listened to, where there's something fishy with spells.
With a critical hit with a sword, you could hit like a specific spot. But a critical hit with a spell, I mean, a fireball that engulfs an entire person can't really hit a specific spot.
All specific spots.
Can you crit with a spell?
Maybe.
Yeah. Everything is saying yes. That I have found.
Yeah, yep, that's what it looks like. Yep, sounds
Okay,
good.
so
Sorry to derail us like that.
no, you're fine.
These are crucial things to know.
Alright, so he's gonna take 42 damage.
He's dead.
Okay.
You guiding bolt right over there to his little pea brain head and explode his zombie head, and zombie entrails just land on over everybody over there.
I would like to point out that Guiding Bolt has been the deadliest spell that Dermot has used because it killed a burgomaster and now it is sniper shotted
I know.
zombie.
Golly. You've been hiding some DPS in your pants.
Apparently.
How'd your spear get out there? Was that
I moved.
attached to the guiding bolt?
Say he's sending it that way.
Yeah, you can move it 20 feet per turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that zombie is dead. There are only 2 enemies left, or so you think, because as Master Krezkov begins to grab his sword and hold his sword at the ready, wondering what else may come. On the horizon, a little bit, Reginald, you will notice this. You will notice this particular creature. It is the old
Wait, what is that?
the old black wolf from the beginning of the story.
Oh no!
Does it have a horn?
That's his ears, you silly.
That looks like honestly, that looks like one of the Futurama characters.
He's got one impressive chin. God.
I got the hiccups.
The face reminds me of like the games like Castle Crashers and stuff.
I'll post if you wanna see this chat. I'll post it. I'll post it to the Discord.
Yes, I want to see this.
Put it in the bad drawing.
Yeah, I'll post this to the Discord eventually.
Needless to say, I am intimidated.
Anyway, I'm gonna erase that so you don't be unintimidated, because you should be intimidated. Anyway, a wolf twice the size of the other ones and jet black, seeming to be well groomed and confident, is slowly walking towards the combat that is currently happening at the end of this turn. And Reginald, it is now your turn.
All right, and I see it.
Yep.
All right, even knowing that I've got a wolf and a zombie about to climb up in my face, I'm gonna try my darndest to chuck an alchemist fire towards this new wolf.
Okay, this is a 1, 2, all right, so 10, 20, 30, 40, about a 50-foot toss. So it sounds good. You're gonna have to really eat it over there.
Is that a strength or an athletic? 'Cause I don't throw many things.
It'd be a ranged attack. So it'd be a dexterity. Add your dexterity modifier.
Okay. Nah, it's gonna be a 5.
So you try to toss. I mean, you've got a shield up on the left hand. You try to pull an alchemist fire, continue holding on to your spear and chunk it over there, but the alchemist fire only makes it about 25 feet and shatters on the ground. And so now all that you have is a really cool looking ring of fire that this wolf is walking towards and being lit by as smoke rises into the sky.
All right. Reginald is like visibly affected by this. Like this was like his nemesis not too long ago. Like actually in game time, not too long ago. So
yeah,
and he is recently just now getting over this, but it's back, and he's like a little bit freaked out. So,
okay.
Yeah, boys, it's back. The wolf is back from before we just got in there.
Don't freak out, Reginald. You can't see me, so that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Right. It sounds like it came out of either the zombie or the wolf, either one, because they're between us.
Use the force, Reginald.
You're not the same orc you were when you met him the first time.
Right. We've got to deal with this. We've got to take it out.
Don't think of it as dangerous. Think of it as adventurous.
He's not thinking of anything, but when he hears that, he goes, "Adventurous? I was born for adventure." I want to take my spear and jab it towards the wolf, which is still remaining.
Okay. So that'll be your other attack?
Yes, sir.
All right. Roll that damage.
All right. That is a good fail.
Oh.
I'm gonna use my action surge to get one back though.
Okay.
17 to hit.
That'll definitely hit him.
Yeah.
You could have used. You have a point of inspiration for your door comment.
I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Hey, all right, that might come up later. So, 8 damage on that bad boy.
So that spear hit is enough to your fear or determination pushed on by this wolf nemesis coming up is enough to give your triceps enough oomph and your chest enough, even though you're missing some pectoral muscle, to jam that spear directly through the sternum of the wolf and shish kebab that thing directly into its heart. And as you pull the spear out, the wolf's heart remains on the end of it.
Nice.
That's unrealistic, but cool.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going for it. It's not unrealistic for an enraged Reginald.
This is my world, Jericho.
Now that all this has transpired, I've got this wolf's heart on the end of my spear, and I'm just looking over with adventure in the eye towards my nemesis wolf.
Nice. The nemesis wolf is unfazed.
For now, I mean.
Right. All right. Wolf 2 is dead. That means it's zombie number 2's turn. Shoot, I made mistakes.
Has Nemesis Wolf rolled in the initiative?
Yes, he's going at the end.
Okay.
Just kind of checking things out right now.
Zombie number 2 is going to... Has it been attacked by Jericho yet?
No, I have not attacked Z2.
Alright, so Z2 is going to try to attack you there, Reginald. And it's going to roll it's going to roll a 21.
Ooh.
For a bite. And it's going to roll a 16 for a claw. What are those? I know the 21 will hit. I'm going to do 2 damage on the bite. Will a 16 hit, Reginald?
Oh, no, I thought you were saying Jericho. No, 18 is my AC.
Okay, so you'll get 2 damage from the bite because you rolled a 21 on that bite.
Aww.
So it goes to bite you. Likely as its last living act, it goes to bite you, depending upon what Jericho will now do with his turn.
I will do the only thing I can do, I guess, and attack that zombie.
All right, let her rip.
That's a 24 to hit.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
That's 14 damage.
That'll definitely kill this zombie. So at the very end, Reginald jams a spear into the chest of the wolf and pulls out its heart. And the zombie that was standing directly to the left to it, the last thing you see, as the moonlight glows over this grassy field now covered in the blood of you and your enemies, Reginald, you look briefly just to the zombie and see Jericho's sword come through the abdomen and up right in front of its face, and then come back down, and the zombie falls limp to the ground.
Nice.
Now it is Derman's turn. No, unless Jericho, you're not done. Sorry.
Huh? I'm done. There's nothing else to do, I don't think.
Okay.
No, I'll move over to Reginald.
All right. You move to Reginald. Ba-da.
Hey, but I still can't see you.
Correct.
Can I smell you?
I'm gonna... Hey, Reginald, be careful with your spear. I'm right beside you.
Right. We got to get that last one over there. We've got to.
Maybe we should wait till we regroup. That one looks a little bit, a little juicier than the rest of them did.
You know, I rushed in last time I met this wolf. That's what got me in a bind in the first place. I think you might be right. We might better do this as a team.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I want to put a hand on Reginald's shoulder just so he knows definitively where I am.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
All right, Derman, your turn, buddy Roo.
I assume we all see the wolf now.
Yes.
Okay. I say to Kresk, perhaps you had better get inside and flip that switch. I don't think we need you out here for this. It'd be best if we had this door closed. We'll need someone on the inside to open it once we're done here.
I got the utmost confidence in you. You got it. He turns around and heads back into the doorway.
Nice. How far away is that wolf? That was 1, 2, 3.
So confident he won't post archers on top of the wall to help out.
That's pretty confident.
This all happened pretty quickly. Everybody up there currently has some spears. They're not normally prepared for this kind of thing.
Spears are ranged weapons. I'm just saying.
How far away is Mr. Wolf from myself?
He is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 70 feet, I guess, ish.
Alright, can you see my little doodad?
Your doodad. I can't see your pointer.
Oh, well, shoot. Basically, like, I want to move, like, 40 feet, kind of, toward him.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd work. That'd be fine.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have my spear follow me. I'm gonna have my spear come up at 20 feet as well. As close as it can, anyway.
Okay.
And then from that distance, I guess I'm just gonna I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast. Derman's feeling he's riding the high right now. We'll see how long lived that is though. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at the wolf.
Alrighty.
So he's gotta make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. He rolled a 17.
He save.
He can be quite dexterous.
Dexterous.
So the sacred flame appears and begins to come down, and the wolf almost effortlessly steps to the side and gets out of the way of it.
Well, that is interesting. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. The wolf is going to use his turn to make his way kind of in between all of you. But he's headed kind of more so to Reginald, almost as if, let's see, what, 10, 20, 30. Oh, he can get all the way to you with this turn, Reggie. He's heading all the way there.
Pleased and alarmed by that.
But he comes in relatively slowly and confidently, and he walks up to you. And everybody can roll a perception check here real quick.
Okay. While I rolled my perception, I killed that last wolf with the blood spear, so I totally forgot about it till now. I gained 2d6 extra healthiness.
Cool.
So that's 2.
Oh
2,
yeah. So when you stab it in the heart, you can see the blood leaking out of the heart and down the blade and the point of the spear, and almost like spider webs down the handle as it gets to your hand, and you can feel the vitality of the wolf's blood bringing your health back.
Nice. The perception on mine is a 20, not natural.
Nice.
I have the same as well for that.
Nice.
I got a 12.
Okay. So you're right there, Jericho. It's really more for Derman to make sure he saw it. But you can see as the wolf walked by Derman, and then the other two of you as the wolf stands there, towering kind of above you. In its mouth, it holds an envelope, which contains possibly a piece of parchment. Or a letter. And
Okay.
it lowers its head towards you.
Or in combat.
It does not. Its aggression, whatever aggression it had earlier, seems to have left it. It does not look like a kindly wolf. This is not a Disney Snow White wolf. This wolf obviously is of evil ilk, but it seems to be here to hand you a piece of paper rather than to hand you a butt whooping.
Okay. And it's my turn now, right?
Yeah, so let's just call it we're out of combat until something bad happens.
All right. I have shield ready. I have spear pointed directly at this thing's face.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Jericho, is it what kind of adventure is this? What's going on here?
Man, I wasn't really expecting this either. Maybe,
Right.
maybe the note has something adventurous in it.
I want to cautiously approach this creature.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna stake my spear in the ground. I'm gonna keep my shield, but I'm gonna walk towards this thing and try to grab the. I'm gonna try to grab that envelope.
Okay. Grab that envelope.
I'm gonna grab that thing.
Roll to grab.
All right.
Am I doing something here?
When you reach towards the wolf's mouth, you grab the envelope from it, and the wolf releases the letter and stares at you menacingly with expectation.
With expectation.
Focused on the letter.
Okay.
Reginald, I think he wants you to read it.
I'm not taking my eyes off this piece. You read it. I want to pass it back towards Jericho.
Dermot, what are you doing? Are you moving over to the group, or?
Yes, I'll be doing that. I'll remain at like a 20-foot distance just because the spell is still active, but I imagine by this time my spear has disappeared.
Okay.
If we're out of combat, then yeah, my spear's probably disappeared.
Gotcha. All right, so you're kind of standing off watching this exchange occur.
Yeah.
Okay. Jericho, do you now have the letter?
I'm taking a step back and I'm not turning away from the wolf. I'm just handing Jericho the letter, and I'm grabbing my spear back.
Okay.
Again.
As you take a step back, the wolf steps towards you as if in a showing you who's boss kind of stature, like staring you down, getting close up in your grill while you grab that spear, not really looking at the letter anymore.
Presents its intact pectorals.
Yeah.
So yes, the spear still pointed right at this dude.
Okay.
But I'm not taking a step back. I'm just I'm ready for anything.
Gotcha. Jericho, are you reading?
Yeah. If
All right.
you'll send it to me, I can read it, unless you want to read it.
I'll just tell you what it says, just to make it quicker. On this piece of parchment and envelope, the seal of what you know to be the seal of Castle Ravenloft, the seal of Strahd that you've seen at least once before, I believe. And the letter reads this. I'll read it, try to read it in Strahd's voice. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zarovich.
I may have gotten the accent wrong, but I think that was pretty close to what he would say.
I think you did a wonderful job. Now, what do we do with this? I'm shaking my spear in the general direction of the nemesis wolf.
Gotcha. So the wolf now looks at Reginald again with a kind of menacing, angry look. It turns to Jericho, and it turns the head back around to Derman, and then it turns around to not face you all anymore, and it runs back into the forest. Nary to be seen.
Even though it has left my area, I'm not gonna do any attacks or anything. I'm just hold that ground. Spear shaking a little tiny bit.
Okay. Well, you're out of combat, and you guys are free to react to this. Apologies for how long that combat took. Didn't realize it was going to take like 2 hours.
That was juicy. There was a lot of enemies in there too, so.
For true.
Reginald.
Yeah.
Totally unrelated to just what happened. Didn't you say that guy you met in town, the one that was all laid up in bed, Rickton, He mentioned something about werewolves.
Just out of character, I don't remember that part. I remember the saber-toothed tiger part.
That wasn't what attacked him. He just said there's a lot of dangerous stuff out there, like the saber-toothed tiger, werewolves, vampires, zombies, stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
He
yeah,
just,
yeah,
he just
okay.
gave a big list, and you
I
said
got
you told us everything he said.
I did. I think you're right. I think I'll remember some of that.
Do you think that a werewolf is just a really big, dark-colored wolf by any chance?
You know, you might be right. Do you think that would? Right. Do you think that was one?
It seems a lot smarter than the rest of them.
Well, should we chase it down? I mean, you think it's going to hurt anybody here in town?
No, I think I think we know where it's going, and we've been invited cordially at that.
Yeah, I don't know so much about the cordially. Let's bring Dermot in on this one, and we got to decide what we're gonna do. Are we just gonna go over there, just all happy and rosy sunshine, and just walk right up to the door?
Like you said, let's discuss that with Dermot. But as far as I'm concerned, he said that we'd have safe passage, so
Yeah,
starting to attack things that aren't attacking us isn't really my style.
it's what comes after the safe passage. What bothers me? Dermot, hey Dermot, we got this. We got some mail.
Yes, what does it
Damnedest
say?
thing I've ever seen.
What is it?
We got an invitation to the palace.
It's Castle Ravenloft.
Apparently, this Strahd fellow wants to get to know us. I don't know. He wants us to be there. We are, as he says, cordially invited. And if we come to meet with him at his establishment, we will not be harmed on our journey.
Just on the journey, though. I bet when we get there, he'll have an army of undead waiting for us.
See, now, Jericho, that's what I said. That's what I said right there.
Well, there's a difference between attacking an opponent that's got nothing against you and attacking an undead horde. If we get there and there's an undead horde waiting to destroy us, we will fight back, obviously.
Right. Your boys, personally, I don't see much reason not to go.
I can think of a hell of a lot of reasons not to go.
No, hear me out on this one, fellas. Look, we want to get out of here. We're stuck here. It seems as though everyone is stuck here. We want to get out of this place, and I think this is the way to do it. You know, we're either going to get out of here by defeating this Strahd fella, or we're going to die trying.
I agree. We are here to do a job, and, well, we were here mostly to save Arena, but she's gone, and we don't know where, not really. We have suspicions, but nothing much.
Reginald's pointing back towards the gate with his spear. She done sunk down in the pond back there. I mean, she's at the bottom of the thing.
Reginald, you said something so intelligent not too long ago.
I do have the
Speaking of the pond back there, should we inform Kreskoff of where we're going? He's kind of got a vested interest in our party.
Yes, I think he deserves to know at least.
Hey, look. He invited us there, right?
Yeah.
He didn't say go there immediately. Maybe as we can talk to this Kreskoff fella and some of the other, acquaintances we've met along the way, they might be able to provide us with a little bit extra in our pocket to get the job done. Maybe a healing potion here or there or something.
Yes, maybe.
And if we wait until morning, I can make another trip to the Wizards of Wine and see if Davian has anything for us. He said he'd help if we had a plan, but our time for planning has kind of been taken from us. Derman, you might want to see if there's anyone who can help you figure out how to get that armor started up.
That would be a good idea. In between wolves and zombies, I've been mulling it over a bit, and I'm at a loss currently. We'll see. We'll see what we can do if we can find anyone. Perhaps Kresk would know.
You're not at a complete loss. Remember, you know it's probably a name.
Okay, so
Just to help you out, sorry.
no, do I what's the name of that guy the wizard guy?
Rickton.
Which wizard guy?
The wizard guy whose tower we were at.
Ah, yes. You remember you were at the Tower of Kazan.
Okay, wow, that's an awful lot like Kazam. I only say that because I've got Disney Plus, and going through the movies, that one pops up a lot.
That's the one with Shaq, right?
Yep, Mr.
Nice.
Shaquille.
I need to watch that.
But actually, I might have an idea, something I just remembered, and I want to make my way back to the wagon, to the armor.
Cool.
You gotta go through that slow gate.
Yep, so you guys got to go through the gate. So you get to the gate is opening, and behind the gate is Mr. Kreskov, and he says, I didn't hear any combat noises out there. Did you take care of him?
In a way, yes. We were invited to meet with Strahd.
Really?
Yes.
That can't be good.
Probably not, but that's okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But what if you cross a bridge that doesn't lead you back here within 10 days?
That is something to consider, definitely, but I'll tell you, if I plan to get strong enough within 10 days, I think the castle is my best bet.
You make a good point.
If you've got any maybe some health potions or things that might help to bring him back in one or mostly one piece, it might benefit you in the long run.
We don't have any health potions or anything like that here. Like I said, we pretty much make a living to keep ourselves alive. That's about all. But I'm sure there's a number of places between here and there that might could help you out, I'm sure.
As he's kind of explaining, I'm just looking at Jericho and Derman just shrugging like it was worth a shot.
Yes, now if you excuse me, there's something I want to try before I forget. But you two, you three can keep talking. I will agree with whatever we decide.
Okay. Do you
I'm
guys?
making my way toward the wagon.
All right. Derman is making his way towards the wagon. Do any of you intend to continue talking to Mr. Kreskov?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll chat it up a little bit.
Mr. Kreskov.
Okay.
Is there, as Derman said, we've been invited to the castle, but it's the middle of the night and that's quite far away. Is there any way we could just stay the night here? We have some friends we'd like to reach out to in the morning.
Absolutely, y'all are welcome to spend the night here. You can spend the night here with me and my wife. That's perfectly fine with me. You've protected our city gates, which, quite frankly, now I don't assume that they were after Kresk at all. I assume they're probably after you. Either way, you're welcome to stay the night with us. You've earned it. Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, mind you, it's not very comfortable. You know, we don't have a whole lot here, but it'll be 4 walls and a roof for you to sleep, and we'll have a fire going to keep you warm.
That's 4 more walls than I'm used to.
He gives you a cool guy nod.
I like that cool guy nod. I'm gonna give that man inspiration.
All right, he takes it. He takes it. He walks all the way to Strahd's house and rolls to shoot in head with advantage. Nat 20, Kreskov kills the Devil Strahd.
With advantage, you roll twice, get another nat 20.
2 Nat 20s. Kills him twice.
All right, that's all I wanted to secure. We can check in with the Derminator.
All right, Derminator, you're at the wagon.
I want to approach the armor and say Kastan at it.
All right. So you get within the radius that the magic is applied, and you say the word Kazan. And when you say the word Kazan, the armor, nice and chromed up,
tied to the back of a wagon,
pointing forward to adventure, begins to stretch and groan, its pieces moving together and kind of grind, and the armor begins to come alive, and you can tell that it is trying a bit to push its way out of the rope, and then it turns towards you, Derman, and he looks at you like,
all right, steady there. I'll cut these ropes for you if you promise not to do anything drastic.
When you say steady there, it stops moving, as if to let you cut the ropes.
I cut the ropes.
All right, you cut the ropes, and the armor flops onto the ground. Then it stands up, and then walks over to you, looks at you, and stands at attention, as if waiting for a command.
Can you speak? Right. What can you do?
It takes its arms and does like a muscle pose.
Excellent. That will come in handy. So, you can understand me, I suppose. That's good. I'm not quite sure what to do now, but follow me.
Okay.
And for the time being, obey only my commands. If that is a command you will obey.
It nods its head and begins to not goose step, just walk soldier-like behind you.
I casually stroll back up to the group.
You guys see Derman scroll back up with an animated suit of armor behind him.
Hey, Derman, what'd you do here?
I just, I made friends. As I want to do, time and again,
Now, Derman, I just offered a bed to you and all your friends. Am I going to need a bed for that monstrosity as well?
I honestly don't know. I don't think so. I turn to him and I say, do you sleep?
It shakes its head.
No, you will not need to do that. Just a bed for the three of us, I think, would be good.
You got it. Of course, you've earned it.
Does the armor have a visible weapon?
The armor does not currently have a visible weapon.
Hey, Derman, you think we could, kit out your new friend with some weaponry?
Well, that would be good. I turn to the armor. Can you draw? Like in the dirt? With your finger?
It kind of shrugs, like, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't, shakes its head.
What weapon do you prefer?
It reaches out its hands, and it closes one fist and holds the other hand open, and it punches the other hand.
So you prefer no weapon then, just your fists?
It nods.
Alright. That's
Reginald.
worked for me, I suppose. Quick side note, my roommates just got back, so it may be there may be some noise in the background.
Gotcha, no worries.
I hear some kind of ticking, like creaking noise.
Oh, that might be my fan. Hang on. That's kind of all. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Currently, so yeah, I'll mute the mic and take care of that really quick.
Okay.
So, Reginald is just kind of slack jawed through this whole thing. Like he's tried everything he could think of. He smashed things into it. He smashed it into things, and nothing was doing the trick. So, the good thing is he'll be able to get his nice, neat rope back that he purposefully tied so that nobody would have to cut it.
Right.
Going back to the wagon, realizing now that
It has been cut.
not needed, and it can now be returned safely to its pack of origin.
In 2 pieces.
Probably a lot of pieces if you just cut it. So,
Okay. So do you guys have anything else you want to do with Kreskov and his wife or anything like that, or do you want to go and bed down for the night?
I would like to be on autopilot for taking a long rest. I got to go throw my comforter in the dryer, or I will have nothing to sleep with tonight.
Okay.
Take a break.
I would also like to go straight on through to that there long rest.
All right, you guys go and you lay down and take a long rest at Kreskov's house. He has a wonderful dinner planned wonderful dinner. He has bread and some pork seasoned and roasted for you all to eat. You all are able to have a nice bite to eat. The beds that he provides you are not particularly comfortable. They're actually the beds that his children used to sleep in, smallish twin beds. And the animated armor stands guard by the door during the night while you guys all take a long snooze to take your rest. And we'll deal with it later, but we're going to call it a level up time this evening. As you've done tons of exploring and all kinds of stuff, we'll call it a good time to level up.
I could get behind that.
And me as well.
I too can get behind that.
We haven't leveled up since September something? We haven't really played since then.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. So what would as a nice little DM gift there, are we gonna level up like 8 times or something, or is it just the once?
Just the once. Just the one
You
level
can't
up.
blame a man for trying.
No, you can't. You can't fault a man for making an effort at trying to steal a couple of levels. I certainly can't fault you.
If you give me 2 more, I can save that man's son.
We'll see. Not right
This
now.
is like one of those commercials you see on TV. For only 2 more levels, you too could save the life of a child.
Zenos, you try to appeal to my humanity to save the young man's son, but who do you think killed him?
What? No.
It was me. I killed him. I killed him and everyone else you've ever seen die.
I mean, I guess that's true. Yeah.
It's true. Now we're just waiting for Bryce to get back.
Yeah, he's just tossing that thing in the dryer.
Goodness,
So
guys.
I am happy that we got some combat in.
Me too.
I kind of forgot a couple steps there, but I mean, after a couple turns, it was coming back.
Yep.
Old hat.
My plan was not to have that go on so long, but man, it's one. I guess I as a DM, it's something balancing combat for time for a podcast is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, and I almost always fail. So if you're a listener, if you're on Twitch, if you're anywhere, we appreciate you for hanging out with us and watching the show. We're listening to the show, and our goal is to always make this show better. So any kind of feedback we can get, or just, knowing you're out there watching or listening in some way, shape, or form is really good. Tef is out there listening. He's a sweet man.
There you go.
Loyal subscriber, loyal follower, and enjoyer of almost all things that I make, which is rare. So I can appreciate that. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed the show.
And if you didn't, we hope you did anyway.
Pardon? Mark also enjoys the show. Appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Can we ask our dear listeners if there is a name for this armor? Because we just can't keep calling it that armor over there.
Yeah. Whoa. Tef just gifted us. I can't live without y'all subscribing. Ooh. Tef just gifted a sub to Hale Powers. Appreciate that. Appreciate that subscription gift, my man. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you so much. As we do a little bit of stalling. Speaking of the name, yeah, chat. If you would like to name this armor, we'll consider it. I never give ultimate naming power to chat because many times it goes awry. Pretty humorous story, and it went to Hale, which was randomly chosen. That's actually really funny. Humorous story from our last Pokemon stream, guys. So you know how there are legendary Pokemon in Pokemon games?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Will and I together are playing Pokemon Fire Red. The legendary Pokemon available in that game is Zapdos, the electric bird Pokemon. As part of the channel point rewards, you can pay to name a Pokemon. And would you like to guess what? I won't let you guess because you will never guess. What we named the legendary Pokemon, the most powerful Pokemon we've ever caught. Chat named it Milk Bag 3. So just to let you know how letting chat name things can go. And yes, Mark is here too, and we love Mark. I love Mark so much because Mark revealed to me that he liked Dungeon Boys in a time where I thought no one did. So I thank you for that. All right, so Bryce is back. You've all had a good night's rest. Everybody's going to get to go to level 8. Don't have to deal with that now. But you are going to get to go to level 8 when we're done with the show. You wake up. The day is nigh. Krezkov thanks you for your help. Thanks you for everything that you've done. But he does, he has barony things to do, and he's really kind of a little bit afraid that you guys are going to lead ruffians to come back in here and harm his townsfolk. So he appreciates your help, and he is glad to give you hospitality, but he hopes to kind of usher you on your way pretty quickly this morning, as he fears for the safety of his town.
You don't have to go, but you can't stay here.
Exactly.
All right, so are we back in?
Yeah, you're good. Play it up.
Cool. So have we just left the Kreskov abode and he has slammed the door upon us, or are we still in like the hey, we'll catch you later kind of thing?
You've just left his home and he's kind of waved you off and told you goodbye. I just tried to kind of skip talking to him about anything unnecessary. If you guys want to speak to him, you're completely welcome to.
Nice. Hey fellas, you mentioned Jericho. You in particular mentioned about going to the Wizard of Wine. Is it we need to stop by there on the way?
Is that on our way? I want to check the map.
It's a bit out of the way.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to fly over there and see what can be done and fly back, or would you prefer all of us take a detour that direction?
As you're speaking about this, where are you guys at location-wise? Are you picturing yourself already out of the gate and back on the road, or?
Yeah, I want to just go ahead and get in the wagon and start heading down the road.
Like
Okay.
the gate is closing behind us.
Yeah, is that cool with you, Derman?
Yeah, that's fine. I want to be studying the armor.
Okay.
Just trying to learn as much as I can about it
Cool.
in this time. So if you want me to like roll Arcana or whatever, I'll do it.
I'll by the time you're done, we'll just say you've studied it Arcana-wise, and I'll tell you how it works.
Excellent.
I can see Dirk with like one of them little hammers for checking reflex that the doctor has, just back there, just tapping on this little thing.
But while
But
you,
it hits and the chicken goes flying through the door.
oh yeah, you do still have that chicken.
The chicken is crucial.
Yes, it is.
It sounds like something's about to happen, but if nothing was about to happen, I would have started making my little fire arrow things again on the trip.
Something was about to happen. So as you guys were discussing needing to go visit the Wizard of Wines, a single raven lands on the roof of the wagon and then hops down to the seat. Presumably everyone is inside the wagon besides Reginald, who is driving.
I am doing the drive.
Jericho, were you inside the wagon or out on the seat?
I'm inside the wagon. I would have been inside to work on the
All right.
arrow.
So a raven lands on the seat and transforming into a human being, someone you recognize from the Wizard of Wines. If you'll just remind me of the guy's name that you helped hang around with.
Davian?
Not Davian, not the old guy, his son.
Elvir?
Elvir lands. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I just didn't have his name written down. Elvir lands on the seat beside you and turns into a human man, and he says, "Well, hello, friends. How do you do?"
He landed inside or outside?
Outside, right beside you, Reginald.
Hi, Elvir. We was just on the way to go and see you. What are you doing here?
Is that Elvir out there?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's Elvir. It's good to see you all. I see you all are riding in style. Here's the thing. We typically almost always hear the things that you say because, like, whenever you destroyed a tower and almost killed yourselves and we had to save you, we like to keep an eye on you, make sure everything's going okay. We don't like to lose members of the, our order, as well as, we like you. We want to keep you alive. You seem to be on the right path. So we heard that the Devil Strahd invited you to Castle Ravenloft. Is this true?
Yeah, as far as we can tell, the letter seems legit.
I want to hand him the letter.
It did come by way of pet of the Devil Strahd.
Yes, this definitely looks like the seal of Strahd, and everything seems to be in order. Except that you likely are traveling to your doom. That's Are you not afraid?
We've been pretty much traveling to our doom since we left the tavern outside the fog wall, really.
Essentially, it's what we do.
And you read the letter, right?
Yes, I did.
He does make a point of he is our only way out. And maybe he just wants to talk. Maybe he wants to explain why he brought us here, and after he explains it, that's it for us, and we leave. I don't know.
That's quite an optimistic view, Jericho, considering how everyone who lives here calls him the Devil Strahd. But I suppose there is a chance that we're wrong and he really is a benevolent ruler that doesn't steal and kill and destroy.
It's one of those things, it's a you gotta laugh so you don't cry situation,
Got very well. I know you do not wish to be trapped here, and quite honestly, neither do we. And that is why our whole order seeks to destroy him. But I'm here with a message from my father, Davian. There was a time, days ago, when he made a promise to you that if you were in a place where it was believed that you could defeat Strahd, that he would be there at your side to help you in battle. Do you remember this?
Yeah, something like that.
We have come to tell you that on your way to Castle Ravenloft, that the offer still stands. That if you find yourself in combat or in danger in the castle, and we can get to you, my father Davian, and my brothers, and myself, we will be by your side to help you fight.
It's really nice of you.
I just knew he was going to come up and say, well, I know we said that, but...
Come on, we didn't think you'd make it this far.
Look, it's a winery. We say things,
The wine was flowing.
Right.
Well, we appreciate that, Elvir, and it's good that you can just drop in whenever you need to. I feel like that would probably be safer for you and your family, as well as the invitation does not necessarily extend to battle companions.
Yes. Like I said, we will do our very best. But my father is serious about his oath, and he sent me to assure you that he is. So, when you are in the castle, look for us and our help. should you need it.
Exemplary. Thank you.
You are very welcome. You have my wishes of good luck. May the Morning Lord be with you. May your newfound powers guide you. And please do not die, because if you succeed, I have hopes that it will bring goodness to us all.
Wait, you mentioned the Morning Lord. Do you know who the Morning Lord is? Like, what his name was originally?
No, I only know that he is a god of light, a god of light, and a god that of brightness and of everything really that is opposite of Strahd. And those who worship the Morning Lord, they once led an attack on Castle Ravenloft, and of course they failed. Saint Markovia was the name of the lady who led the attack, and I believe the gazebo that you helped to destroy in Kresk was built and devoted actually to her. The statue of the Morning Lord there was devoted to her as well, Saint Markovia, who led what I believe to be the last assault on Castle Ravenloft and the Devil's Strahd.
I see. So, did you hear the whole debacle that went on with Arena at the pool? Did you see the weird visage in the pond and all that?
Oh, it is hard to make out from where we were perched, but yes, we saw her be sucked into the pool and be locked into a loving embrace and taken, whisked away somewhere.
The visage was of some guy named Sergei or something of that nature.
Sergei, you say? We were not close enough to hear you say Sergei. Oh, you have not heard of Sergei?
I feel like I have, but it's not coming to me.
Sergei is Strahd's brother.
Oh. And the plot thickens, I suppose.
Presumably, and I imagine it is not a random Sergei.
And was Tatiana his wife or lover of some sort?
Tatiana? Yes. You haven't heard any of this story?
No, we've only been here a short time, and have been mostly running for our lives all of that time.
Oh, well, this is...
Yeah, as these two are kind of gossiping, I can see Elvira like turned around in the front seat talking through like that little window.
Yeah, exactly.
Reginald's just like wide-eyed, like nodding along, like it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
And he leans in. He says, "I suppose I'm sorry this did not come up. I guess we had no time to talk about origins. And of course, this is only legend. Who knows what is true and what is not? But it is said that 400 years ago, when Strahd invited his mother and his brother to come and live in Castle Ravenloft after it was constructed, Strahd fell in love with a beautiful maiden of Barovia named Tatiana. And she was fair, and she was from a noble family, and he loved her dearly. Strahd, yes. Strahd fell in love with her. Excuse me?
Not Sergei?
I'm telling a story.
Very well, go on.
And so Strahd fell in love with this woman. She was beautiful and fair and from a noble family. And he would give her gifts and dote upon her and try to win her love. But Strahd was always, ever since his time in war, cold and distant and dark. But not his brother Sergei. Sergei was bright and full of joy. And of course Tatiana fell in love with Sergei instead of Strahd. So Strahd, again this is all legend, who knows what is true, but Strahd, after of course making a pact with dark forces that led him to much of his power that he already obtained, he allowed his pride to get the best of him, and he did not say anything to Sergei or Tatiana, and he let his anger brew and brew and brew until their wedding day. And on their wedding day, instead of sitting aside and allowing love to have its way, he killed his brother Sergei and drank his blood. And after that, he chased Tatiana through Castle Ravenloft, trying to explain, to make her understand that it was him who truly loved her, and not Sergei, and that he truly belonged with her. And he chased her all the way through the castle to the overlook on the back side of it. And he chased her to the point where she leapt from the balcony, and she fell 1,000 feet to the rocks below. And Strahd has, legend has it again, been searching for her ever since.
I see. Well, we've already been told that souls don't leave Barovia because you cannot escape even in death and all that. Perhaps, I don't know, this is all so confusing. We've already come across that statue of Maria, or so it said, and we thought that may have been connected to Irina. But, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe in some way Tatiana's soul was trapped in Irina's body, or not trapped. Maybe it was just the next resting place and they shared an essence in some way. I do not know. I never died and come back or anything like that myself. I am unsure. But it seems as though that could be it. It is possible that the Morning Lord allowed Irina, through your help, to find peace in the arms of her true love.
Do you know what the abbey behind Kresk is devoted to?
It was once devoted to the Morning Lord, but ever since the rebellion by Saint Markovia and her death, 100 years or so later, someone else that is still there now, the abbot, arrived there. Some people think it is Strahd in disguise. I do not necessarily believe this. But in my opinion, he is up to no good. Very secretive, but also very fair, very attractive, and always unaging. I know little about him, but now that you have been invited to Castle Ravenloft, I imagine many of these things will become clear to you in the castle, and all the things that are unimportant will reveal themselves to be so.
All right. Well, thank you for all the information you've given us over our time here.
You're welcome. It's a lot easier to speak to you when there's not the Baba Lysaga trying to murder us or, a ritual to complete.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were there whenever we found that statue of Maria.
At least nearby, yes. I do not remember. I don't remember if he was, right there with you or not.
He was in bird form riding on my shoulder most of the time.
Yes, of course, I remember.
Yeah, Josh kept making the joke that I was invisible because it was dark, so it just looked a bird that was flying without flapping its wings.
All right. But yes, I don't know how much more information I can give you. So, I would like to wish you well on your journey. And my hope is that we will never see each other again, and somehow you will escape this world, and things will be better for us. But if we meet again, know that I wish to draw Strahd's blood alongside the three of you.
If you can help us finish off Strahd, we'll find that last gemstone for you. We'll make sure your winery is up and running at maximum capacity before we head home.
Oh, nice.
It sounds like a deal, my friend. It sounds like a deal. He reaches his hand through the window and shakes your hand.
I will shake it like I mean it.
Okay. After that, he says, Reginald, Derman, Jericho, Chicken, it was a pleasure. I will see you all next time I see you. And he stands up on the seat, jumps into the air, turns into a raven, and flies back toward the Wizard of Wines.
Well, boys, I think I'm ready to be done with this Strahd fella. We say we go right over and take a look.
Yeah, maybe he's a nice guy. You were friends with him for a while there.
Oh yeah, I'll remember. Yeah, no, nice guy. No, he wasn't a nice guy. Stop messing with me like that.
You bit your neck. He got into you. And you got shot with an arrow because of it.
Yeah, I did. It was nice while it lasted.
All right. So anything else? Y'all are good right there?
Are there any other stops before we get to this castle?
No, I'm fairly well stocked up. I've got everything I need, I think.
Yeah,
All right.
well, I'm ready to
Yeah.
go when you guys are.
Okay, so you guys travel down the road, and we'll get to this one kind of end scene right before we're done. You guys travel down the road. If you remember the map of Barovia, you travel all the way down to Zvalet's Road. It takes you probably a couple days, maybe a day or so, to make it all the way to this point. But you travel through Valaki. We'll say you have actually a brief conversation with Erwin Martikov there, explaining what's going on, and he wishes you well. And he actually loads you down with each of you. He gives each of you another superior health potion as you travel through there. So go ahead and take that. He stocks you up with some potions there. And you continue traveling back past the old windmill that you found all the way to the crossroads. All the way to a crossroads right after you pass through those large gates back into the region of Barovia. And you see, I'll read the following. Even here in the mountains, the forests and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two, widening toward the east. There, you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chill mountain air. The side door of the carriage swings open silently. And that is where we're going to end this week's episode of Dungeon Boys.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Oh, man, what an episode, guys.
Yeah, that was great.
So
Great
we
stuff.
start next week's episode with a big nope, and then we just turn around.
Yep, that's it.
We leave. We live as peasants in Barovia for the rest of our lives.
It could
well,
be.
We've got the one chicken, so.
But those who listen to the podcast, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave us a review if you enjoy this podcast and you are able to review it. It would be great. I believe that helps, push our podcast up the list. This podcast is like multiple years old now, if it feels like. So I don't think we have any benefits of being new, getting pushed up the list. So the only way we get discovered on any sort of podcast list is with your help. Thank you so much for being faithful listeners. We hope you enjoyed it. Of course, send us an email, tankmediagames@gmail.com. There's somebody who sent me an email that I emailed back and forth with recently, and I tried to go back and find those emails to take some more advice from them. But they're out of my inbox. I don't have any idea where they went. So if you're out there and you listen to the show and you want me to speak with you or any of us, email us, tankmediagames@gmail.com. Also, you can follow us on Twitter @tankmediagames. And on that Twitter profile, there is a link to all of our pertinent links that will get you everywhere you need to go to contact us. But in the meantime, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back with more Dungeon Boys next week. Please remember that we love you very, very much.
Toodles. Am I the only one?
I was waiting on the bye.
You're the only one on this episode. All right. Twitch.
That was pretty good.
Yes. Tef, thank you so much for that gifted sub again, dude. You've gifted 25 subs in this channel for the life of you, for the life of your following, and that is a lot of kindness. So thank you, dude. I really appreciate that.
Making it home.
Tef and Powerful Dragon and Mark and Opance and anybody else who listened or enjoyed this show, we thank you so much for doing that. Boys, you got anything else you'd like to tell anybody, the people?
Tune in next week.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the journey.
Yeah, we got a vampire to meet. And maybe
Or
kill.
not.
Or not. Who knows where that black carriage is going? Maybe Johnny
Walmart,
Cash is
I
in there.
Ooh, you never know. Now that would be an adventure.
Mm-hmm. Another adventure. All right, Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'll be live in the morning with some more God of War, and then hopefully tomorrow afternoon, as long as work doesn't ruin my day like it did today. So everybody, please remember that we love you very much. Good night, Twitch.
Bye.
Toodles.
Bye bye.